And hello, Farrell. Farrell's been nice to me lately.
Farrell
And
hasn't been nice. She's a little feral. You got to tame her.
KDHX St. Louis. This is Maddie's Midweek Mixtape Meltdown. Feral housewife, my friend. I asked her, what are you in the mood for this week? She said, more country, so.
Oh, I see. Feral housewife. Hi.
Speaking of dropping bombs.
Good morning.
Oh, Feral housewife. How are you?
Okay, Feral, let's go to your islands. The beautiful Feral Islands, which are named Faroe Islands. But someone really wants to make fun of my accent. These are Farrell's Islands. Happy now, Farrell? I didn't used to have so many gray hairs until I met some of them.
Farrell! What's happening?
What's up? Hi, humans. Hi, Baker.
I love that you have an embryo as your intro.
Embryo.
Yeah,
A little circle
the last
thing?
one.
Oh, you're ridiculous.
Well, as the fertile housewife,
Yes.
it's
Baker, we're going to be in trouble. We forgot
Why?
a thing. We forgot a thing.
oh, the boss.
Hi, Jamie.
What is that?
What is that?
Did
That's
you make
your
that? You're
Yeah,
such a dork. I
in like
love
10
you.
minutes before stream.
Oh,
Like,
God.
Baker, I need a Jamie giggle. I need a Jamie giggle.
And I had deleted it, so I had to go back in and record it and do it again. So your the JNN has been really hard at work today.
She has. I knew we would be in trouble if we didn't do something.
Whatever.
Look at Maddie. Maddie came in last night to say hi, but he's sleeping. Hi, Christine and Eris. And M Young. M Young was so sweet in her comments. You guys, I hit 500 last night. I'm so excited. I almost cried.
Did you
That was
really?
awesome. I did. And see,
No,
even the dogs are excited.
I'm excited.
And Whiskey's here. And Wolfie's here. You guys are the best. And Iris. And I don't have cute little things that about all of you like Baker does, so he pays way more attention to humans than I do.
I don't have cute things.
You do.
All of the things that I could say about people like Whiskey and Wolfie are not appropriate for you.
Iris is easy. You just say, "Hey, Iris, how did the meetup with the young man go? I hope you
Oh my
didn't get
God.
him or you into trouble." She's been out partying with a young stud.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Talking about a young stud. Hey, Greedy.
Mimsy. How do you Hi guys. I probably missed him. I'm going down to the end. T-Rex, what's up?
Hi, T-Rex.
I feel like I haven't talked to you all day, T-Rex.
Yeah, it feels like a long time. I don't like it.
I know. So I
Jamie.
I realized that what?
I'm not responsible for nobody. 'Cause
Control us, Jamie. Control us.
that's not possible.
Oh, you're doing an interview, Christine? Who's your guest? Or are you looking for a guest?
Oh, good luck, Christine.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Awesome. So I realized after I closed the screen last week that I actually did have that little set when Jose wanted to come back and finish talking to Tony. I did have that on there. So I have that to finish. And then there's more George. And then I have some jailhouse videos. Because I thought it'd be fun to break up the testimony with something different. So I grabbed that.
Good.
And I forgot I need
Her
to.
jailhouse videos are.
Yeah, I have one with her brother. I believe that was her first video visit that she did. Hi, Valhalla. And trying to make sure I have the right one. Yeah, here it is.
Remember to ask him if he got Wendy's. Because that's the little hook you have to.
Oh, yeah. Did you get Wendy's this morning or Burger King or whatever it was you were going to?
He was getting Wendy's and he was getting beaten by his wife.
I don't recall that part of the discussion, but
I'm pretty
Valhalla
sure.
will try and keep the cats off my lap today, though. Hi, Mike. I haven't seen you in forever. Say hi to Mike, Jamie.
Hi, Mike Hunt. I know what it is.
I love you.
How are you? I haven't seen you in a while.
He's been around. He changed his name, and I've been bugging him for weeks to change it back, and he finally did. Because I like this name better.
I won't get mad at you, Christine.
Oh,
Have
go
supper
right
on.
ahead, Christine.
Awesome.
That's pretty cool.
I don't gatekeep anyone. The more, the merrier. That's
Jamie, I sent Lefty a copy of that intro that I made for you, and he had suggestions for it. I told him I would make that for his stream.
No.
So when he starts streaming again, have fun.
Don't ever listen to his suggestions, because I can only imagine.
Well, yeah, I certainly am not going to put it on mine. What are... there you go.
Gracias.
Sorry.
No, Jamie could have done it, but she's too important.
For what?
Looking private chat.
The side chat. Should we finish this one and let it? Because there's not a whole lot of. There's not a whole bunch left of the boyfriend. Well, he has more days, but for this one, there's not much left.
Look at that puffy shirt. It's so stupid.
I know. I love it. It's my. Oh, I forgot I was. Jamie, you didn't remind me.
You were supposed to dress. Wear your hair. You're supposed to get a poof.
Next week. Next week. I forgot all about it. I'll set a reminder on my phone.
Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Did you heed all of my previous admonitions? Okay, state recognized presence of jury. Defense? Okay, Mr. Baez, you may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court, Mr. George. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Mr. Lazaro.
Morning.
I want to start off and I want to talk about Kaylee. Now, we talked yesterday about the interaction that you saw between Kaylee and Casey. Yes. What I didn't ask you is, did you ever have the opportunity to see Kaylee laughing with Casey?
Yes.
Did you ever see Kaylee hugging Casey?
Yes.
Did you ever see Kaylee run to Casey?
Yes.
Did that affection appear genuine to you?
Yes.
Was she faking?
I get it now.
What?
She hugged her kid. That's what Ethan's mom didn't do.
Oh,
Now I get it.
I get it.
It's all making
She's
sense
such
to
a
me.
better mother than Ethan's mom, I guess. Yeah.
It's all coming together. Wow.
Being that.
No.
Sustain.
I don't know
Did
why.
it appear to you to be a lot of love between Kaylee and Casey?
Objections, it's speculation.
I think.
Overruled.
Yes.
And explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what you observed as to their interactions.
From like a member, it was completely, she'd have a book, she'd have her teddy bear. We would go down to the pool, teaching her how to swim. Talk about Kaylee. Kaylee liked to Dora the Explorer and could count to 40 in Spanish, which was pretty incredible
Uh-oh.
for her age. And
Better than me.
she was a great little girl.
And who taught her how to count to
The
40
Dora
in Spanish?
Explorer. From what my knowledge was her favorite show.
Okay. And
Oh boy.
how often during that time did you see Casey and Kaylee hugging and showing affection with one another?
Pretty much the whole time.
That's all she did. She just hugged her the whole time.
Now,
Apparently.
I want to talk to you a little bit more about
Lucky.
the gas can that you picked up the first time from the shed.
Okay.
Okay. Did it have any duct tape on it?
Not that I can remember.
Okay. Now, as to some of these photos, do you normally, when you promote a club, have photographers there to promote so that way people can see?
Like I said, those are friends of mine. And basically they were going to school for photography. So it looks good for them to have snapshots. It helps them better their work. So when they get out of school, they could, have experience.
And when you promote your club, a lot of that is done online, is it not?
Yes.
And some of these photographs are put online, are they not?
Yeah.
And the photographs are put online so people who aren't familiar with your night at that club can see pretty much what the atmosphere is like.
Sure.
And part of that atmosphere is pretty girls.
And yeah, sure.
And young men such as yourself would prefer to go to a club that has pretty girls dancing.
Sure.
And that's kind of the idea of promotion, is to get people to the door.
Yes.
Right. Now, and you said that the person who took these photographs was a friend of yours.
Yes.
And part of that, again, is showing everybody's having a good time.
Yes.
Now, yesterday we talked about when Mr. George questioned you about you and Casey sharing secrets. Now, I don't want you to tell us what the secret is, but I do want to ask you, was that secret told before Casey got arrested?
Yes.
Okay. And so if an accusation were made that it was made up after she got arrested, that would not be true.
As to relevance, overruled. Sustain is what you're saying.
Don't tell us what the secret is, but it was certainly, definitely 100% made before Casey ever got arrested.
May. Okay, you may proceed.
Yes, sir. Mr. Lazaro, your relationship with Casey got pretty intense at towards the June and July time period, did it not? You're spending more.
Intense how?
You're spending more time together.
Yes.
You began to care for one another.
Yes.
And in fact, Well, let me ask you, did Casey ever tell you she loved you?
Yes.
Did you ever tell Casey you loved her?
Yes.
Now, you would talk all the time on the phone,
Yes.
even when you weren't together?
Well, if we weren't together, that's when we were talking.
I know. I meant even when you weren't in the same, you were in New York. That's what I meant.
Yes.
And when she would go home, even after seeing her all day,
living room.
talk, text, and so on.
I believe so.
In fact, in one of your statements to law enforcement, you talked about how you would talk till you fall asleep, right?
Sure. Yes.
You used the word that you would talk until you just passed out. Is that correct?
Yes.
It wasn't because you were drunk or anything like that.
No.
Or under any drugs, was it?
No.
Okay, that's just a phrase that you use, passed out.
We will, because sometimes later, I
Right.
usually am one of those people that will pass out on the phone. Not because it's boring or anything, but just talking on the phone is usually not my kind of thing.
Okay. But the two of you would talk at all hours of the night and text each other and everything like that.
Yes.
Now, when this all occurred on July 15th, when the news broke and everything like that, you were shocked.
Well, the news didn't break on neutral.
I'm sorry, July 15th or 16th. The 16th, I'm sorry.
Yes.
And even today, you remain completely shocked over this situation.
Sustain.
The questioning that Mr. George had asked you when comparing Casey's behavior before June 16th and post June 16th, that is something difficult for you to deal with, is it not?
Yes.
Because something's just not right about that. It's bizarre.
Overrule as to that question.
It's bizarre, right?
Yes.
And you felt that if she would have confided in anyone, it would have been you.
Yes, or her parents.
And she did not.
To my knowledge of her parents, no. And to me, definitely no.
I can have just one moment, Judge.
He so does not want to be there.
No.
Now, you talked about during direct examination that any time Casey talked to her parents, she went outside.
To my knowledge, yes.
She kept that world separate from your world.
Yes.
I have no further questions.
Redirect.
Oh, he's almost human-sized.
Almost.
Mr. Lazaro, good morning.
Morning.
Just want to follow up on a couple of topics that Mr. Baez had brought up to you. We'll start with some of the things he brought up this morning. In reference to the gas cans, as you sit here today, can you describe the gas cans for us?
Red.
Anything else?
They're just the small hand gas cans.
Were they, when you were asked whether or not those gas cans had duct tape,
He does.
do you know?
He
The
reminds
shoulders
me
are
of,
too weird.
So they may
he
have, you just
reminds
don't know.
me of the guy from What the heck's that movie David like?
Mr. Baez also talked to you about
Puppy?
When we watch.
communicating with the defendant.
Talking
and, I believe you
my
stated
cousin
that
Vinny?
you would talk all the time.
Yes. He reminds, if he had like on a flashy suit, he
He
reminds
looks
me
like Joe
of my
Pesci.
cousin.
Oh my god.
I'm on the phone,
Yes.
either talking or texting or something along those lines.
Yeah.
After she moved in with you on the 16th, you didn't have to talk all the time, did you?
Right.
For sure.
Because she was always there.
Correct.
Hi, Red Queen. I've never seen you in here before. Welcome.
Yesterday, Mr. Baez was asking you about the circumstances after you obtained the gas cans and went back to the defendant's car.
Right?
Do you remember that testimony? Do you remember Mr. Baez asking you those questions?
Yes.
That's the only thing you will never find
And
in James.
when he did that, he referenced
No,
For a crime.
an interview.
I have one, but it's empty.
Overrule at this point. Let me finish answering the question. Mr. Lazario, do not answer the question until I tell you to answer the question. You may continue.
Do you remember yesterday, Mr. Baez asking you questions about an interview you gave to law enforcement on October 16th, 2008?
Okay, Mr. Baez, that objection?
No, it's no objection at this time.
Okay, you may ask the question, sir.
Yes.
Welcome
And
back.
do you remember him referencing a certain page to you and approached you and showed that to you? Yesterday.
Yes. He showed me a page for the AMSCA one that we went to AMSCA.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
I'd like to ask you a couple of questions about that. When you obtained the gas cans, you went back to the defendant's car, correct?
Correct.
When you got out of the
It's the
car, what
bottom
did you
maker.
immediately do? Do you remember what you told the detective?
I guess.
We grabbed the gas cans out of my tailgate and walked over to her car.
When you walked over to the car, what did you do with the gas can?
Handed it to Casey.
And what did Casey do with them at that point?
Put it into the car.
At that point, was her trunk open or closed?
Closed.
And where were you standing when she was pouring the gas into the tank?
Behind her, closer to the front of the car.
Did she
Could you
have
smell the
some in
gasoline?
her trunk?
Yes.
How would you describe the scent of the gasoline? Was it very strong? Was it mild?
The same scent that you would have if you were just finishing up pouring some gas out of at a gas station.
And I believe you testified there were two gas cans, correct?
Correct.
The defendant poured the first gas can into the car.
Yes.
When that was emptied into the car, what did you do with the second gas can?
Second gas can.
Are you still in the same position?
No.
Okay, where are you?
Handing it to her, and then I'm actually going to close my tailgate.
All right. So you're walking away from the car.
Correct.
At this point, the trunk is the trunk still closed?
A little bit.
I believe so.
Did the defendant then finish putting the gas into the second gas can, the gas that's in the second gas can, into the car?
Yes, sir.
When she is done doing that, what are you doing?
I saw her walking back to her car. I was right near her car because my car was parked here and she was parked right there.
Okay. She's behind your car.
Behind me. I was in front of her.
Okay.
And I saw her open up the trunk.
Now, from that vantage point, the trunk is open. You're looking at the top of the trunk, correct?
Sustain, rephrase the question.
Sure. You're in front, you're at the back of your car, but at the front of Ms. Anthony's car. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. I started to walk back to see what was going on, see if she was done with everything.
Okay.
And that's when I saw when I say that the edge of the corner in my statement, you know how cars, when the trunk goes up, you can see underneath the trunk a little bit. You could see the rubber lining of the trunk. That's what I saw.
When you say the rubber lining of the trunk, are you referring to
Where the trunk actually comes down and meets and seals.
Okay. So could you see into the trunk?
No, could not see the trunk.
Really. Why is he doing that so loudly?
1 second.
Right in the mic. Flip, flip, flip.
That's all you're going to ask him?
I don't think he's done yet. I think he's looking for something. He is whiskey.
I know.
It's David.
Again, Your Honor, thank you. I have no further questions of the witness at this time, subject to recall.
Any recross into those areas? You may proceed.
Why are you so mad?
Mr. Lazaro, when the police questioned you about this specific incident,
Yes,
you knew that the trunk of the car was a significant issue in this case, did you not?
correct.
In fact, you had seen it on the news many times
Yes, sir.
and seen it reported many times.
Yes, sir.
And despite all that, you told them that there was no smell.
Correct.
And during this questioning, there was even a time when they were trying to ask you to close your eyes and let me actually,
What a weird.
and to try and picture it. Do you recall that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that still didn't waver your testimony.
Correct.
You still
What a
told the
weird
truth.
thing to say.
Yes, sir.
No further questions.
Any more questions from the state of Florida? Mr. Lazario, you may stand down, but you're not excused. You need to wait around outside.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Oh, that will be relevant in a little bit. It's frustrating to me because I'm like, he's doing such stupid questions, but
He really is.
spoiler alert, like obviously it did work for him. Like all these things that he's asking, I'm like, well, that's dumb.
Farrell, I just noticed you're almost 30 people here today. Maybe you should do a recap of what we're watching, because last week we were like 20 people here. So no more
Baker,
people.
you kill me with that. Nobody's asked for a recap.
No, because people are afraid of Jamie. She's on screen. Then we tell them how she treats us. They don't dare ask.
They don't dare ask.
She'll
Okay,
just
so we're
flip
watching
the
the
glasses
Casey
down
Anthony
and give you
trial.
that look she gives us.
Lefty, quit. From 2011, she's on trial for unaliving her 3-year-old, I believe. I can never remember, in 2008. And we're doing a recap of the trial because it was the first trial I ever watched, gavel to gavel, and I wanted to watch it again. And now I'm going to make you all watch it with me.
Who's charged?
Casey Anthony. I said that.
For what?
For unaliving her daughter, Kaylee Anthony. She's charged
What if-
with
Yeah.
the murder, and she's also charged with a bunch of other things, including lying to police officers, whatever that charge is for that.
And
this is a
K-Matt,
death
who's
penalty
a name I
case.
never seen before. Where are we in the chat?
Yes.
Fine.
I'm not going gavel to gavel with it because there's a lot of really boring testimony. So I'm doing like, what did we do? We're so far we've only done Anthony, which is her boyfriend at the time. And go ahead, Eris.
George.
Also you can't, so and George, her father. And then I know I'm going to do Cindy, and I know I'm going to do Dr. Boss from the Body Farm because he's my favorite. And then we'll pick out some other ones, and I have the jailhouse video visits that they did, and there's we'll probably play the 911 call, things like that. So
Yeah, we just thought it would be cool, like skip all the little witnesses that really don't mean
yeah,
much.
like
'Cause it's
who
just like a
wants
lot
to
of
hear who collected the
roommates
shovel? A lot of roommates that
that just
literally
said,
only
"Hey,
came in
I
to
know her. I
say that
saw
she was
Kaylee,"
there.
and
We
that was it.
partied with her.
Yeah, we
Oh, the
partied.
big one that all the roommates say is that Casey didn't act any different from the 15th to the 17th, basically.
Yeah.
So that was most of, and then I want to play Amy Hyzanga. She was the girl that Casey took her car without permission and then stole all of her money while she was on vacation. So
Yeah.
I want to play her for sure.
You make her seem like a bad person.
Well, listen, Jamie and I are trying to watch this with an open mind, but I hate her face.
Well, because we're trying to see it from a different perspective now that we're like,
With the
did the
jury
state really
saw.
prove their case? You know, because
Right.
I didn't see it gavel to gavel like Farrell did. I saw most of it, but you know,
And I didn't care about that at all then. I hated her face then too and wanted her to rot, so.
But I'm thinking that
Like, what did
being death penalty is what
Yeah.
killed the state for me.
I get it. Yeah, I think so too.
But
And I think between that and not having a cause of death, because she was so far gone when they found her body. So
yeah, it was just bones.
She is looking pretty hot today, Rock.
In my sweatshirt.
Whiskey. Yes, that's why.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why you didn't see a gavel to gavel. You were 12 then, Jamie.
I'm still watching stuff like this.
You weren't
I
12.
wasn't 12.
I was gonna say, never mind.
Yeah, after you said that, I'm like, wait a second, though. I wasn't 12. I was very much a lot older than that. But thank you.
We have
What's the
more
pink?
George. I thought Cindy was going to be first, but
What's the pink?
what's the pink? What?
What's the pink what?
I don't know.
You have it in your hands.
Oh, it's my water. I swear, Baker, it's water.
I didn't get it.
I don't get it. I don't think Baker believes me.
No, it's I believe you. It's just sometimes it's like herding cats.
I can't help it. We're gonna play this.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
So we can get through. That's what I brought you here for.
George A. Anthony, George, middle initial A, last name Anthony, Anthony.
Good morning, Mr. Anthony.
Good morning.
I want to speak to you today about the date of June 24th of 2008. On that particular date, were you home in the morning of that day?
Yes.
Now, was your schedule on that date different than on a normal work day?
Yes, I had made some plans to do a couple things around the house, meet my wife to deposit a check, and go to a job interview later that afternoon.
So you weren't working your normal 3 to 11 shift on that day?
No, I had called the company I was presently working for and told them I needed the time off to take care of a personal matter.
Was that a day that you normally would have been working?
Yes.
So on the 24th, did you have occasion to attempt to do some yard maintenance work?
Yes, shortly after 10 o'clock in the morning, yes.
When you got up to prepare for that, what did you do?
Well, like any other time, I go to my side shed, which is on the south side of my home. And as I walked down towards the shed to open up the door, I found that the lock had been broken.
as I walk to the verge of the shadow.
Display for the witness. This will be State's Exhibit LJ for identification. I'll show
I've been listening and laughing too long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone.
It's why you see.
What are you doing?
Gangster's
don't.
Paradise just popped into my head because you said that when I walk through something.
Do you recognize this, Mr. Anthony?
It's not my stream. I can do what I want.
Do you recognize this to be a
You go for
diagram of
Yeah.
your home and the surrounding property, particularly the backyard?
Yes.
And do you
Dogs went
recognize it to be a
crazy
fair and accurate depiction of the layout of your house and your yard?
Yes.
Would it be helpful to you in describing to the jury sort of what happened to use this diagram to kind of explain where the shed was and various things?
Well, where I kept my lawn equipment.
Let me just stop you for a second. Would it be helpful to use this to kind of point out to the jury?
Yes.
Okay. This time you ought to move to the State's Exhibit LJ.
What says the defense?
Jamie.
Basis of objection?
Prior disclosure, I don't have any. This is the first time I've seen this, Judge.
Could we approach?
Yes. You may proceed. Okay. There being no objections, it will be received in evidence as states numbered.
Please.
And I'd like to publish it to the jury and allow the witness to use it to explain.
You may publish it to the jury.
All right, sir. As you're going through and telling us stuff, I want you to just kind of be able to refer to the diagram, okay?
Yes.
So you said you went out to the shed, which contains your, I guess, lawn equipment.
Lawn equipment.
Okay.
Yes.
Could you just, and I think you should be able to touch the screen and make a little circle, just circle which shed that is. Okay, so that's the one at the bottom right corner of the diagram.
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's just orient a couple of the things here since we've got the diagram up. There's an item up on the top right that says playhouse. What is that?
That's Kaylee's playhouse. That's that we got for her just prior to her second birthday.
All right. And obviously there's a circular item that says pool. Is that an above ground pool?
Yes.
And the two items that are shed on the left, those are sheds holding different purposes?
The one shed we have our bicycles inside, rafts for the beach. The other one just has some other miscellaneous plant things, things for our pool. Just
all right. And the patio that's depicted here, is that a enclosed screen patio?
It's an enclosed screen patio.
All right. So you go out to the shed to start your lawn work. What do you find?
I find that the lock had been broken off of the shed. The right side door was partially open about 2 or 3 inches.
And what type of shed is this? Is it a wood shed, metal shed, plastic shed?
It's plastic fiberglass. Rubbermaid is the brand of it.
Okay. One of those you can like buy at Home Depot or Lowe's and
yes,
put together. All right. So what kind of lock was on it?
Just a small, like a master key type lock, nothing extravagant at all. I just took one key to open it up.
And was the lock still on it, but was the lock itself broken, or the sort of the shed latch was broken? What was? Well,
the shed had a 2 eyelet plastic connection that went to it, and I just slid the lock itself between it just to lock it.
Okay, sort of a hole in each door. You stick the lock through the middle.
Yes, sir.
And was the shed part broken or the lock itself broken?
Just the shed part, just the plastic eyelet pieces were broken.
All right. So, did you open the shed to see if anything, pardon me, if anything was missing?
Well, first thing I opened up the shed and looked to the right, I automatically seen the lock itself. The lock was inside of the shed, which I thought was somewhat unusual. And I just did a quick scan, and the lawnmower was there, other
Well,
tools and stuff that I'd be using, the blower,
I
the
don't know
edger,
about that.
also a generator I have in there. And I looked over to my left where I kept the gas cans up above the ground, and both gas cans were gone.
Now, were any of the actual power tools missing? The lawnmowers, edgers, any of that more expensive
No, they
stuff?
were not, which I found somewhat unusual.
So just the gas cans?
Just the gas cans.
Okay, so what did you do in response to that?
Well, first took a step back and just shook my head and wondered, okay, why just take the gas cans?
Okay.
When there was other things more valuable to me, inside there.
Sure.
I immediately just went and I said, well, I need to make a report on this because, again, this could be conceived as hearsay, but neighbors do talk, and we know that there's been minor thefts, gas taken from vehicles, so on and so forth in the area.
All right.
So I just thought, well, I'll at least call and make a report.
This is
if the gas cans
how
are
you
found
do
and make a
in
description of them.
Japanese.
Oh, is it?
Pronounce it.
Fantastic. Hi, MG. Yeah. What's
How's
it
it
say,
pronounced?
Baker?
It says,
You're
how
the
you doing,
translator.
You're so ridiculous.
Ah.
Hi,
Well,
MG.
I translate because you wouldn't understand it. So,
I wouldn't.
and,
Thank
and
God
you
for
and
you.
you know, if I go into my Asian accent, my stream
It
from
probably
Sunday,
will be Irish, you mean? So it probably won't even be Asian at all.
Thanks, Amber. I appreciate it. Yes, go sub to MGs if you're not already. You probably already are, but if you're not, go.
everyone is after
Thanks.
this weekend.
Yeah, I know. That was
Yeah,
pretty
everyone
great. Thanks
on
for
the
having
internet.
me on, MG. I appreciate it. It was fun to hang out with you guys. I miss your faces.
Were you off
Yes,
work
I
last
see.
night?
Yeah, I took the night off so that I could hang out with MG because he thinks I hate him.
Isn't that precious? Look what she
I
did for
know.
you,
I'm a good
MG.
friend.
Yeah, and look
Such
what
a
it
good
did to his
friend.
numbers. His numbers blew up because Farrell was there.
Yeah.
That's right. He had 18K on that stream last I looked, so that's
Woo.
awesome. Congrats, MG.
Yeah.
You earned it. You deserve it.
You
And
did.
more than anything,
I know. I told him today he better
just well
remember
played.
us when he's big and fancy, big time.
Yeah, when he's getting Amber herded by some YouTube lady, he better remember who sent him down that path.
Amber heard it.
That's facts right there, MG Law. But we don't need to discuss that right now.
Yeah, don't bring up the starfish. We were having a good time. We don't mention the starfish.
Let's play the rest of this. How about?
I'll get them back.
All right. And did you, what agency did you call?
I called the Orange County Sheriff's Department because we're in their jurisdiction.
And approximately what time of the day would this have been?
I'm going to say it was probably close to maybe 10:30 in the morning. And I know within about 10 minutes after making the initial report, I had a deputy show up to my house.
Okay. It's just more than one deputy or just
one deputy came to our front curb area. Very nice gentleman. I explained to him what happened. And he explained that there have been thefts in the neighborhood.
Okay.
Things like that.
Did you make a report, fill out paperwork to make a report of the theft?
I finished. I filled out a report, signed it, gave a brief description of what the gas cans looked like. He said, is there a value on them? And I said, probably in the same neighborhood, maybe between gas and the gas cans replacing, maybe $50. I said, could be more, could be a little bit less, but at least that.
And did he, make an extensive investigation just for fingerprints, take DNA samples, anything like that?
No, he just said he would make the report. He would go ahead and have it available for me if I want to stop by. So stay.
All right. So how long was the deputy there?
5-10 minutes. It wasn't a real long report.
Red Queen.
And did he leave you some paperwork to document that you had made the report?
Yes.
All right. So what did you do about your plan to do yard work?
Well, I sort of had to put that on hold because I ended up to go out and purchase new gas cans to get the job done.
Did you actually go out and buy new gas cans at that point?
Yes, I went out and bought 2 more plastic gas cans, but I also went and alerted my next door neighbor, the Bruner residents, who just had moved in just about about 3 years prior to that.
That would be Mr. Berner.
Yes,
Brian
was here
Berner.
yesterday.
All right. So, did you get your lawn mowed?
Pardon
that
me?
day? Did you get your lawn mowed that day?
As a matter of fact, I did not get my lawn mowed that day.
Okay. Did there come a point in time up until this point, from June 16th that we talked about previously to this date, June 24th, had you seen your daughter, Casey?
I can't remember seeing Casey come back, to our house at all. I don't remember seeing her from the last time I saw her on the 16th till the immediate report.
So on the 24th, did you see your daughter?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Approximately what time was that?
Shortly after 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
Now, is that a time where on your normal schedule, you would have been already on your way to work?
Within that 2 to 2:15 time, 2:15 p.m., I would have been leaving for work, yes.
But you were there because of the interview?
Yes, because my interview wasn't until 6 p.m. that evening.
So tell us what led up to your seeing Casey.
I was just inside my living room area. I just had come home after depositing a check with my wife at our local bank, and was just sort of easing into my thought process of what I was going to be doing this interview. It was a great opportunity for me, and just trying to feel at ease for the next couple hours or so.
Sustain.
So you were in your living room?
Yes.
Okay. Just sort of put a little spot on your living room. I guess it's pretty obvious, but right there. Okay. So you're in your living room. Tell us about what happened next with you're seeing Casey.
Well, after being home just a few moments, I heard the garage door come up, and next thing I know, here's Casey coming in the house.
Now, was your car in the garage?
Yes.
All right. So you hear the door come up, and obviously your car is in there. So are you concerned at all about who's coming in the middle of the afternoon?
I was concerned because I knew it couldn't have been my wife, because she'd still been working, because I just saw her previously. And
okay, so when you first see Casey, let me just clear this diagram here. When you first saw Casey, where was she? Just put a little circle on the diagram.
I first saw Casey just right near the front door area.
And she was coming in from the garage through this. What is that room between the garage and the living room?
Wherever the AC unit is at, if I'm going to point right there, we have a little hallway that comes in from the garage.
Is that where she came through?
Yes.
Okay. Were you surprised to see her?
Yes, happy. I mean, I was glad to see my daughter. I haven't seen her for some time, and just.
What was her reaction to seeing you?
Somewhat of surprise on her part.
Now, pardon me. Tell me did you have a conversation with her?
Yes, I did. I asked her how she was doing, what she's doing there. I asked, where's Kaylee? And she says, Dad, I only got 10 minutes. I got to get my clothes. I got to take off and go to work. I said, oh, okay. I mean, then I did ask a little bit more about her and, schedule. I asked some of them about Kaylee, where's she at? I haven't talked to her. We haven't seen her. Has Mom been talking to you? And she was a little evasive with me, but again, she said she had 10 minutes. I said, okay.
Did you just assume she was rushing somewhere?
She was rushing to get some clothes to go to work. And I said, okay.
Now, upon seeing Casey and upon what you told us about early in the morning, did you become to suspect that she might know something about these missing gas cans?
I have felt on different occasions that the gas cans or gas has been used without my knowledge from different times. And I was always just wondering, it just doesn't evaporate that quickly, especially when it's a concealed area that I have it in and locked and things like that. I did ask Casey about it.
Oh,
okay.
And she said, Dad, I don't know what you're talking about. And I says, well, it's really wild. As I said, I go to mow the grass this morning, and I said, I don't have any gas for the lawnmower and for the edger and stuff. She says, oh, Dad, she says, I don't know what to tell you. I said, okay. And I sort of just let it go for a moment. But then again, I've seen some indication on her car where there were like spill marks and stuff like that. Whenever
You talk about in the past.
in the past, yes,
Okay.
and I've seen spill marks on the particular sunfire she has.
Well, I don't want to go too deep into why you were suspicious. The question, I guess the point was that you thought maybe she had taken the gas.
Yes.
So what did you do in an effort to investigate that?
Well, I just wanted to, I guess, maybe conduct my own little, I'm going to say the word investigate. I just wanted to question her a little bit more about
You did.
some
You
things. So I
were-
decided, well, I was planning
were-
on that weekend changing the oil in my wife's car, rotating the tires. I do that stuff at our home. And inside of Casey's car and my wife's vehicle, I have these little metal triangular triangular things that you support with your tires with when you jack your car up that the car doesn't move. Well,
Sort of
Casey
like-
had one, and I put it back there, so I knew it should be there. And
Like
I
something
wanted-
to keep the car from sliding back while you're working
Yes.
on it. Okay.
So I inquired about going out and get it. I said, Casey, I need to get something out of your car. Her conversation to me was, what do you want to get out of the car? I said, that little metal type block, that little triangular block. I said, I need that again, like I said, to work on her mother's car for the weekend. Dad, I'll get it for you. I said, no, Casey, I know where it's at. I got an extra key. I would just go out and get it.
So you had a key to her car.
Right. We've always kept at least 2 or 3 extra keys for each one of our vehicles in case we get locked out.
Right.
So you could have gone out and opened the trunk while she was getting ready or
Yes.
whatever. Okay.
So after just maybe a little bit of back and forth, talk here and there, I mean, it was very cordial, very nice. As I'm starting to walk down our little hallway to go out through the garage because the garage door is open, Casey just brushes past me very quickly, says, Dad, I'll get it. I'll get it out of the car. Says, Casey, I'm capable of going out and get it. So as she almost nearly runs to the back of her car, and I'm walking, just thinking, okay, here we go. A little funny time here between her and I. As I get
Don't use
towards the
that
end of
word.
the car, right at the passenger
Funny-
rear, just
funny
where the
time.
taillight and stuff is at.
In a
Yeah,
case where you're
don't-
accused of
don't.
diddling your daughter,
Yeah. Please don't.
use a
Right. Not great, Mr. George.
It's okay.
Of course, Jamie finds it okay.
No, my neighbor's shooting his gun and my dog hates it. She's like shaking under the desk right now.
Oh, poor
I
baby.
know.
Have they calmed down on your walking pad yet?
No, I have to put up the gates around me when I use it.
I want to see video of this, Jamie.
It's so stupid. She tries to kill me.
It's all.
And
I
then
love-
she was barking so loud, she was distracted. And my shoelace came untied, and you guys should have seen me. I almost bit it yesterday.
Listen, we talked about David having camera so we could see him get out of the treehouse. We
Yeah,
might need live
no.
feed of Jamie on the walking pad.
It's like
Look,
funny how I'm
you
getting
would be
used to doing it.
monetized in like a week.
Yeah, right. It's such a stupid thing I have to do every day now. Anyways, my dogs are funny.
Awesome. Do you love your walking pad though?
It's actually really nice and so convenient. Because if I'm watching
Is it
something, I'll
loud?
just get on it. No, it's quiet.
Yeah, because I was thinking about when I change the studio around, maybe because I'll have a little more room, maybe have one for the long stream so you could just get up and get moving because you sit here for 8 hours, you get so bored.
Yeah,
Right.
It's really,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Jamie's
really
trying
small.
to unalive herself.
apparently. God, it's fun though.
One cut and fall at a time.
You don't realize how how hard it is to walk because it's it's weird because it's just a pad, so you
Oh,
don't have
right.
anywhere to and you just are walking along, and then you're I'm I'll look over at something and I'll start losing my balance. I'm like, good Lord.
Yeah.
But-
The safety thing at the gym on the treadmill is just a magnet. So you're supposed to clip it to yourself, and that way if you fall it shuts off. But it's just a magnet. So I hit it the other day. I didn't even notice. I happened to hit it and it came off of there and I'm like, oh, because that sucker stops right now. It was fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I highly recommend it for anybody that's just looking for something
Whiskey,
small and cheap. So
you know where she lives. We can't always walk
yeah,
outside.
I live in
No,
Michigan.
and again,
For a connector.
for those days when we are just sitting here entertaining you guys,
Mm-hmm.
it would be nice just to get some steps and just get moving because you get so sedentary.
Right.
Yeah, that's the point because I'm working from home now, and when I take my breaks, I'll go and like walk on it and stuff. So yeah,
Right. Yeah. That'll be nice. I
it'll be
want one.
nice. I know, and
I'm
it's
afraid
just
if I
nice.
had one, I wouldn't use my gym membership though. And I think that I like locked in for life now, right? So
Yeah, and
isn't that how it works?
I would still go to the gym because it's nice to meet people who are not the weird people you're streaming with all the time.
Listen, I don't go to the gym to talk to anybody, so
Well, I do because I lift heavy, so I do the 8 reps and then I have an aneurysm and lie on the floor for 5 minutes. That's time to talk to other people.
oh, nice.
Yeah,
I
I'm
people
not
watch while
I'm
I'm
not like
there,
you.
but I don't talk to them.
I don't pump to look good in a bikini, so I just pump to
That's the
lift heavy.
goal.
Yeah, but I gave up on my dreams of being
Bikini for
fit.
Dollywood, right?
Yeah, I was going for that, but then it's too much work. So it'll be the onesie as always.
Oh, good.
It
Me
nips
too.
and tucks all the right places.
Casey opens up the trunk, throws the trunk open, reaches in and grabs the gas cans. She said, here, I hate to say this, here's your fucking gas cans, and places them down on the ground and slams her trunk. I didn't know what to say at first. And I said, why? She says, I needed them. I've had over.
I see.
Dad, I needed them. I've been having problems with the car, so on and so forth. I said, this makes no sense to me. She says, well, I've been taking a trip. She said, I've been needing I run low on fuel. I don't have money or this. And I said, whatever the reason is. I said, I don't want to get upset any more than I already am. I said, and you don't need to get upset too hard going to work. I says, we'll talk later. So I picked up the gas cans and I went in to where my garage door was and I just set them on our little freezer that we had and just told Casey, I said, listen, we'll talk later. Cause I was just, I don't know, I guess the word mortified, I guess could be, is like, I know in the past they had been missing or used. And now finally when I caught her with them.
Well, let me stop you because
Your daughter's a lying sack of crap.
Suffice it to say, you were a little annoyed.
Yes. So surprised she lied to me.
As you, the car, her car, was it in your garage or was it on the driveway?
Is in a driveway parked about right in the middle of the drive itself.
Now, when she opened the trunk, did you look in the trunk?
Never had a chance to.
Now, when you were standing there at the trunk, did you smell anything unusual?
The only smell that I had was the smell of gas from these gas cans. That's the only thing I had at the time.
Okay, that's the only thing you remember?
Yes.
All right, so you got your gas cans back. What did Casey do then?
She abruptly got into her car, backed out of the driveway, and
does anybody really believe that she
during
was just
any of this conversation with Casey, did you mention to her that you had called the police?
Really?
No, I don't think. I think that there was a smell though already.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's why she.
Well, because some of the questions they've been asking made me think like, because they keep saying, "Did you see in it?" And I'm like,
because
well,
I
you think they had it her in there?
I think like I think like 3 days or something like that. They believe because of her other actions on whatever day it was. They talk about it at another point, but because when I can't remember what it was. There's something that happens on a certain day that makes them believe that's the day she went over and did the disposal.
Okay.
I hate that word, but
no.
I can't think of anything that's not worse than that. Yeah, I think she was worried about the smell. That's why she ran out and didn't want her dad to get in there and didn't want the boyfriend in there.
I was taking it as the body was in there, and I was like,
Right.
did they think the body was in there? 'Cause
Yeah.
she'd be really dumb to be like wrapping her child.
No.
I know. And then like, you know, and people being able to come around and like see it. I mean, you'd have to be real
Right.
stupid.
Right.
But yeah,
But
kind of like Whiskey says, why would you cart the kid around in the back of the car for weeks? It's
I don't know.
but again,
I
Montgomery
always
did it
thought she
once.
did it right away, to be honest with you. That was my I always thought
Yeah.
she did what she did and then dumped her right away. But
I
Yeah.
think that I thought the
could be.
theory of the state was like 3 to 5 days. I can't remember because
Yeah.
there's something that happens on a certain day that they believe is when she did that because she went and stole something or something.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and you have
Maybe that's the day the shovel disappeared.
and you have Kmart saying, or maybe thinking about bloodstains of visibility or smells, or yeah, and I don't. She doesn't come off as a rocket surgeon, but still, she's not the
She
method
doesn't.
that Adam Montgomery was.
But she
Right.
is
She's
just
not
listen
completely
to her
stupid.
lie. It's so
She's an excellent manipulator.
excellent. Like so insane.
I hate you ladies get catty because there's a young, hot lady in the room.
Who?
She hasn't been found guilty yet.
She
She's a
was,
master
just not
manipulator.
on this part.
She is a
Listen,
master
we can call
manipulator.
her an effing liar because the jury said she's an effing liar. She was found guilty of those.
Yeah. She was convicted of being a liar, for sure.
That's right.
So was Kayla Montgomery. They didn't have anything against her just because she was a cracked out method.
I hated her too.
I just wanted you to say it. That's my new clip for your intro.
Yes.
Crackhead. Oh my God. What?
I had told her about that I had made a report, and she said, well, yeah, she says, I talked to mom. Mom knows about it.
You're worse than Shizzy.
I just, okay, mom knows about it. I just,
Had you told your wife during the interim hours about the gas cans and the police report and all
well,
that?
right after I'd made the report with the sheriff's department, I called Cindy briefly, and I just it sort of made her chuckle for a second and made me sort of chuckle. I said, guess what? I said, someone broke into our shed and took our gas cans.
Okay. You said somebody broke in and you told her about the break-in.
Yes, I told Cindy about that, yes.
All right. Now, let me just...
I know he's going to pay
Okay,
for it
could I
later.
have State's Exhibit 8J, please?
Yeah, I don't have to pay 120% of my income this month to
Now,
Jamie.
sir,
I
would
have
you
to
look
pay
at State's Exhibit
5.
AJ? Let me get rid of the annotation here. Is that one of the gas cans that we've been talking about here?
Yes,
And it's an older metal gas can.
Hey, girl.
yes.
How long have you had it?
Wow. 25 years at least that I've had it for quite some time.
Now, in this photograph, it has a piece of duct tape over over a portion of it. Do you see that?
Yes.
Now, was it your habit to place a piece of duct tape on this can for some reason?
The only reason that piece of duct tape is on there is because the plastic cap, it's a vent cap that is generally on any type of gas can or something like that to vent when you're pouring it out, was gone. When Casey brought those back to me, brought this one and the other smaller one back to me, it was gone. So I did place that particular one back on there because I didn't want a gas smell out in the shed or inside the house.
All right. May I have State's AK? And you see State's Exhibit AK, which is being shown to you. It's a photograph taken at a later time, obviously, but is that the other gas can we're talking about?
Yes, it is.
All right. Could I have a State's Exhibit? Let's see. Yes, State's Exhibit D, please. Looking at State's Exhibit D, do you recognize this as a photograph? Do you recognize what this is a photograph of?
That is our Pontiac Sunfire.
Now, when you say ours, clarify its legal ownership for us for a moment.
The Pontiac Sunfire is in my name and my wife's name. We have title to the vehicle.
And at the particular time that we're speaking of, which is June 24th, whose car was this as far as use and possession?
Was Casey's car.
No further questions.
Cross-examination?
Judge, we would request the morning recess at this time. That's possible.
Okay. We will take a 15-minute recess at this time to 10 minutes past the hour.
You testified under direct examination that you knew Casey would take gas from the gas cans.
I had suspected that in the past, yes.
And you had actually caught her and confronted her about it previously.
We had a discussion about it, yes.
And in fact, you told her, if you need gas, I'll give you $10 for it. Don't take gas from my gas cans.
Yes.
And it would upset you that Casey would take gas from the gas cans prior to this ever happening.
Yes.
Now, on June 24th, you haven't seen your granddaughter for 9 days.
Yes.
Oh,
And
sorry, you don't understand.
you lived with her all your life, all her life, rather.
Yes.
Never went 24 hours without seeing her.
That, yes.
Facts.
And on June 24th,
Yeah. Her face is the worst.
Okay, let's go off the record for a second and see what's going on.
thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Anthony, you stated the last time you saw your granddaughter was on June 16th, correct?
Correct.
And on June 24th, you called the police.
Yes.
And you called the police to report gas cans missing.
Yes.
Not your granddaughter missing.
Correct.
Is that a yes, sir?
My granddaughter was not missing at that time.
My question to you is, not your granddaughter missing. Is that correct?
Overruled.
My granddaughter was not missing at that time.
I didn't
to my
ask you
knowledge.
that, sir. I asked you whether that you didn't call the police to report your granddaughter was missing on June 24th. Did you, sir?
I didn't call about my granddaughter being missing on the 24th of June.
So
I
the
called
answer
a
is
reference to a gas cans being taken from my shed.
So the answer is yes.
Yes.
Now, when you had the police officer there,
Did he know did his daughter say,
and you were
well, I
talking
haven't
about
seen
these
her
gas
in 9
cans,
days either?
No.
No.
This is such a straw man argument. Why didn't you report her missing? Well, I didn't know she was missing. Her mom told me she was fine and doing well, and I don't know, at a nanny or a stay-away sleepover camp. Yeah, but you didn't say you were more interested in your gas cans. No, you can't infer any of that. I know that's what they want to imply, but he didn't know his granddaughter was missing. Oh.
Well, they want to say that he
Mr.
knew
Dave.
because he was involved. Hi, David.
Monsieur Dave.
Are you
Yeah,
going to
and-
translate that? Aw, how sweet. Tell her we said hello. He probably he's not even listening. He's just reading the chat.
Yeah.
That does not sound like a great time, but hey, to each their own.
Yeah. Put down your phone and look into your wife's eyes instead.
Okay, we can stop there.
It's to be nice. Not everyone gets 25 kids just because the man looks at them.
Farrell does.
I didn't say anything.
Did you tell this police officer my granddaughter's missing?
It's easy for her. She's a beaut.
Did you
She
tell
is a
him,
beaut.
you know, my daughter has been
So you're saying Lena isn't?
basically not
Does David have
telling me the
25
truth as
children?
to where she
How many
is?
children does he? I don't even know how many kids he has.
Somewhere between.
I thought he had like 2.
Okay. Wait a minute. You've known David for at least 2 months longer than the rest of us.
I know, but I know of a daughter and a son. I thought that was it.
Well, that I don't know if that's something he talks about on the internet. So
I know. I don't know either.
He has somewhere between 2 and 25.
Okay,
Yeah.
that works.
somewhere between that and that.
Yeah, he can get a corner kiss later.
Yeah. But do you have to like buy her an iPad or something? Isn't that the
No,
rule?
he doesn't have to buy
Yeah,
me
that
an
is the-
iPad. I'll corner kiss him for way less than that.
Oh, for absolutely nothing? That is sweet.
It's the full on the mouth. That's the iPad.
Oh yeah. The
Okay.
full on.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but Dave, I need my
Sorry.
sleeping bag returned. Lena called me, said it's really weird. After you met up on the ferry, he's been sleeping in your sleeping bag the entire time.
I believe it.
I do too. I do too.
Oh, now he's saying that all of you are my children.
Oh,
You're like the
boy.
same age as me, David.
Right?
Being a little behind is better than being a big ass.
I'm just gonna leave that alone.
Overrule at this point, Mr. Ashton.
Did you tell that to the deputy when he arrived?
No.
Did you tell the deputy, even though I'm reporting these gas cans missing, my daughter has been taking gas in the past?
No.
Did you tell the police officer, I even confronted my daughter about taking gas in the past?
No.
Did you call your daughter and ask her, hey, did you take gas?
No.
You didn't do any of those things.
Did not.
Instead, you picked up the phone and called the police.
Yes.
Now, this alleged argument that you had with her, you stated that she basically came in, was in a hurry.
Yes.
And she told you she had to go to work.
Yes.
And you told her you needed to get something out of her trunk.
Yes.
And she didn't want you near her trunk.
Yes.
And she opened the trunk.
Yes.
And you didn't smell anything.
Yes. Didn't smell anything.
And and you said, I hate to say this. Here's your fucking gas cans. You said that, right?
That's what she said to me.
But that's what you testified to.
Yes.
Now, when she gave you these gas cans, they did not have any duct tape on it, did they?
Had no duct tape whatsoever.
And before that, actually, you could see in her trunk, could you not?
I could not.
Welcome back.
I'd like to refer counsel to
Yes, T-Rex back.
Bates, page 7921.
Could I have a date, the statement?
July 30th. 2000. Sorry.
Remind you one more time. When you speak, speak into a microphone. Walking around and talking, the court reporter cannot hear you. So if you're not at the podium, you're not with a microphone on, do not speak. You may continue.
Yes, sir. Mr. Anthony,
like
do you
that.
recall giving a
I like that,
statement to the FBI on July 30th of
I like that he's
2008?
mean to everybody when they're.
I don't remember the exact date, but I talked to the FBI and
Judges should say
numerous
that
times.
to
And Agent
lawyers.
Scott Boland. Do
Stay at the podium.
you remember
You're not in
speaking
the
to
theater.
Agent
I remember who Scott
Boland?
Boland is, yes.
And do you recall that they videotaped you?
I'm sure we were videotaped numerous times, yes.
And page 44, line 21 and 22.
Find it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
May proceed.
When Agent Scott, do you recall Agent Scott Bowling saying, okay, when she popped the trunk, were you back at the back of the car? And you answered, yeah, there was definitely, I could see clothes back there. Do you recall making that statement, sir?
I don't recall making that statement, but presumably, I guess I did if it's written down there in written word.
So your testimony under direct examination that you couldn't see what was in the trunk of the car was not true, sir.
Objection.
Hi, Dave.
Overruled.
Okay.
You may answer.
I don't recall exactly if I saw clothes in their car or not. I was at the passenger rear corner of the car when Casey pulled the gas cans out.
You know that the trunk of this car is an issue in this case, do you not, sir?
Absolutely, I know that.
And you know by coming and testifying for the prosecution that you couldn't see in the trunk of the car would give the impression that you weren't close enough to smell it.
Objection.
Don't you, sir?
Argumentative.
Sustain this to that question.
If you testified, sir, under direct that, well, strike that.
Why are all the suits too big?
Mr. Anthony,
Another,
you actually were close enough to smell the trunk of that car, were you not?
The
none
only
of these
smell
guys-
that I had was
was it a
of smelled gas
2011
cans
thing
when they're
that
placed on the
our
ground.
suits had to be big? I don't remember that.
And you did not smell any smell of human decomposition on June 24th of 2008 in the trunk of your daughter's car.
Did not.
Now, you just testified that when Casey gave you the gas cans, it did not have duct tape on it, correct?
If you're, which one are you talking about, sir? There's two of them.
When she said, here's your fucking gas cans, it did not have duct tape on it.
Which one are you referring to?
Neither. Neither one of the gas cans had duct tape on it.
Again, you're not being specific with me. I'm not trying to be argumentative, so you're not being specific with me.
Car. Stop it.
Yeah. Now you're being argumentative.
Yeah.
Right. Can you see on your screen
Yes.
that gas can?
Yes, sir. And if you would describe that as being one that was a cylinder shape,
Right.
I would agree with you. We wouldn't have had this. little
Okay.
moment.
Is that clear enough for you?
Yes, sir.
That did not have duct tape on it, did it not?
When my daughter gave it back to me that day on the 24th outside in our garage, our driveway area, it did not have a piece of duct tape on it.
And we're clear about
I
that.
mean, in George's defense,
Yes.
Crystal clear.
if I was accused by that man of
Argumentative
what
as
he
to
was
me.
accused
Sustain.
of,
Now,
I'd be a little
Mr.
scared
Anthony,
too.
this photograph was taken by law enforcement, was it not?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
It's the
she gave
it's like
this
that bottom.
gas can back to you on the 24th, correct?
Talking to the mic.
Yes.
The reason you call the police is because you had to mow your lawn
Yes.
and there was no gas.
Yes.
And between the 24th of June and August 1st, you had to cut your grass.
Probably did.
In fact, you're pretty religious about it. You cut your grass every week.
Could not every week, every other week, every 10 days. It just depends.
I agree.
Referring to the deposition, Mr. Anthony's deposition. Oh, August 5th, 2009, counsel. Okay. Page 199, lines 14 through 17. Mr. Anthony, do you recall making this?
Your Honor, if I may
Yes.
just have a moment to look at it?
Sure.
Just a second.
Well, he's trying to point out that he stated there was no duct tape on it, and now there's duct tape on it in the picture. So somehow there's been tampered with
Well,
the evidence.
Not, I think because the duct tape is an issue in the case, he wanted to say that the duct tape was at the house. Because they're saying that George did all this, the disposal.
Yeah.
So the duct tape was at the house because he used the duct tape.
Yeah, so that's a good indication that because he just stated there was no duct tape when he received it, and now it's on there. So
Right. And he said he put it on there. George did when he was talking to, because they didn't have any on it when Casey brought it back. He just told the prosecution he put that tape on there when she brought it back.
yeah,
And they also want to point out about his stupid calling the cops over the gas tanks because he knew that Casey had them or something, and they want to say that he was just doing that to make her look bad or something because I don't know.
to try and kind of
Setting her up for a
establish an
fall, I don't
alibi
know.
for himself or something like that.
Maybe. But I think that the duct tape matches the duct tape that was on Kaylee.
Yeah, but
So he's establishing that George used that duct tape, and it was at the house after the little girl died.
yeah,
'Cause,
yeah. So
Casey couldn't have put it back.
it's relevant, but for someone who came in, it's hard to figure out why he's so anal about the duct tape.
Right.
It's
Well, and I think even for the jury, it was probably kind of like, why are we?
yeah, but
Why are we
that's what
obsessing about it?
that's what I was thinking about. Why do we spend so much time on it? If you don't follow it up by saying, so the duct tape we found at Katie's body was also found on, and you clearly stated that when she gave them to you, there was no duct tape there. So it was your duct tape, right?
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So that's something. But Farrell, it's 9:30.
Right.
I'm gonna jump to bed because it was a long night, the last 2 nights.
Oh yeah.
But thank you so much
You
for
act
having
like
me
you were
on.
up all
And
night.
hopefully Jamie will come back at some point, but she's too important for us now. She's on her walking pad.
I was gonna maybe. I bet she is. You could
Yeah.
just jump right on here and walk.
Why
with
would
us.
I do that? I had to go in the kitchen to see what's going on.
Thanks for hanging out, Baker.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Instead of using the bio break from Valhalla, I'm just gonna use that from now on. Hi guys, everyone. Oh, whiskey. What I'm doing this week, I'll be sleeping the rest of this week. Next week, I might pick up the Robin Howington case. The lady who either pew-pewed her 4-year-old in the chest, or the ninjas did it, or the father did it, or her 2-year-old did it.
Oh wow.
So I'm
Sounds like a
apparently
doozy.
yeah. She was she's also charged with trying to destroy evidence because she was cleaning her phone at the hospital because there might have been some evidence of a little bit of drug
Well,
transactions.
I already have questions because it is going to be, they better have somebody that better show the trajectory of the bullet, because how do you shoot a 4-year-old in the chest if you're a grown adult unless it like went down?
Well, you can sit on the floor.
Or you're sitting down.
Well,
Jamie's
pop your
already.
kid off.
Yeah, she's in.
I want to
Jamie's
know.
full F the state.
The only guilty person.
I'm not saying it's a great, she's gonna get anywhere with it, but I'm just saying, I have questions.
Valhalla is a Navy vet.
No, he is a fake Navy vet.
It's still a Navy vet. It's because he can only sail inland seas, not outland seas. That's why he's a fake Navy vet. I should just go. Love you, Val.
Bye, Baker.
Bye. Jesus.
What?
I need those. I'll be T-Rex in Discord.
Haben Sie fun. That's have fun in German, Jamie.
Oh, thank you.
Such a dork. Jamie, be friends with him.
I don't know. We attract some weirdos, don't we?
We do. I think it's you.
Yeah, that's me.
I was like, did I not push
May I
play?
continue, Your Honor?
What page?
Page
Just a
199.
second. What page?
Page 199.
I love that, Judge.
Line
Just a
what?
second. What
Lines
page?
12 through 17.
You're not wrong, Whiskey. You're not wrong.
I don't mind it. I'm not hating on it.
Right?
It makes my life more fun.
We love all of the little
Okay.
weirdos.
Mr. Anthony.
I'll give them a home.
Mr. Judge.
I'll take
It
them
does
in.
not qualify as an inconsistent statement.
Twelve through 17.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's approached the bench. You may proceed.
Mr. Anthony, you try to mow your lawn every week or at least every 10 days, do you not?
Yes.
And in fact, during that time period from June 24th to August 1st, you did mow your lawn.
I'll have to maybe agree or not agree with that. I'm not really sure. I don't write that stuff down on the calendar.
How many days is from now on June 24th, your lawn needed mowing, did it not?
Yes.
And that's why you were out looking for the gas cans. That's something funny, sir.
Your question is sort of funny to me. I mean, to have my mower run, it has to run on gas. So I'm just sort of just chuckling a moment about that. But yes, I'll agree. Yes, I mowed the grass. I wanted to mow the grass that day. I didn't have fuel for the lawnmower to mow it with.
So you mowed your lawn.
George
Obviously, the grass was high on June 24th, enough to need mowing.
I mean, some
Yes.
people are weird about that.
And between June 24th
He strikes
and
me as
August
that type
1st,
that it's
I
like,
feel like,
like
yeah.
Baker getting a haircut.
6-7 weeks,
Like,
right?
oh no.
No, sir.
yeah.
Baker,
It's only a few
inch.
days.
Better get out and cut it.
You forget the month
Yep.
of July?
starting it for month of July. You said weeks, sir, and first you brought it up to August 1st. It's a month, maybe 5 weeks. I'm sure I cut the yard sometime in July, end of June.
You don't got to be over speaking, sir. Just answer the question.
His little smirks. It's just not a good look.
No.
May I ask the witness to stand down, Your Honor?
Witness may stand down.
Oh, George.
Okay,
Stop.
make sure there's a break between the question and the answer, and make sure that the answer, the court reporter can hear it. Please face the court reporter when talking.
Your Honor, could I ask Mr. Bias to stand to the side so that I can see what's going on?
You may want to move so you can see.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Can you please put down the date that you last saw Kaylee? Can you please mark the day you needed to cut your grass? And then can you please put police report on the 24th, the same day?
God, I love these old school like mock-ups here with the boards. Oh God.
Can you please
How much do those
mark
cost?
the date you informed law enforcement of this gas can incident with your daughter?
Your Honor, counsel has placed the July over the June, so we can't mark the June date because the July is up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's already been
You
marked.
see that look?
I apologize, maybe I'm missing the question. The question was the day you informed law enforcement, which was, he just testified to June.
After your daughter, can you put down the date your daughter, your granddaughter was reported missing?
Case solved.
Can you put down the
Ooh.
date you told law
You're getting a little
enforcement
sassy with his
about
writing
this
there. Did you see
argument you
No.
had with Casey over the trunk and the gas?
I don't know when I had given that information.
Did they confiscate the gas cans immediately after you told them?
You have to come up with the dates, sir. I have no idea.
On August 1st, 2008, did law enforcement collect gas cans from your home?
If I might look at that photo, I can probably give you a better idea.
Yes, sir. If that refreshes your recollection, go ahead.
So, business in the front, party in the back?
That cylinder gas can on August 1st.
And on August, did you go with law enforcement to your home to collect the gas cans?
A second time I did, on another particular date. That's when that was.
When you told law enforcement of this argument, when was that?
I have no idea. I have no idea when we first discussed that. I don't have it. I'm not a human calendar. I don't have anything in front of me to show me. You might have that information, or the state might. I'm not trying to be argumentative, sir, but you're throwing stuff all over the place there.
On August 1st, July 30th, did you tell the FBI when you met with them about this incident with your daughter?
That's a possibility. I don't have the records in front of me. I don't have any indication of what I said at those different times.
Take that for me. You have a seat, I'll get you that. It is.
They're so spicy with each other.
I know.
I'm not, Judge.
Okay.
Ew, like having to mow your lawn so much in Florida in the summertime, that'd be my worst nightmare. I hate
Right.
mowing it here in the summertime. I go as long as I can go. My neighbors hate me.
Why don't you find a little neighbor boy to come over and cut your grass for you?
Well, once my nephew just turned 10. Once he's a little bit more responsible, I might just throw some money his way and make him do it.
Yeah. I bet a 10-year-old could cut grass.
I don't know if I trust him riding the lawnmower yet.
Oh, right on.
And I wouldn't pour that poor kid had to push mow my whole lawn. I actually have a pretty decent sized lawn, so.
My one daughter would push mow. We have a really big lawn, actually, and she would push mow this whole thing if I let her.
Well, when I thought my lawnmower was broken,
There you go, Jamie. Just
I push mowed.
Goat. You just need some
I
goat.
guess. Is that
Right.
is that the answer?
We used to do that with the sheep. We just let the sheep do it.
On July 31st. Can you turn to page 43?
I do need a goat for my lawn.
Yeah, old line. I would be spicy with him too.
Yeah, but I say this,
Still not a good
and
look.
I laugh at myself for saying this, but I feel like
Can
Lefty is more
you,
responsible
I
at
would
9
direct you
than my
to
nephew.
lines 21 through 25.
He said he was driving a tractor at 9, but I wouldn't trust
Okay.
my nephew.
Having read that,
He's-
does that refresh your recollection?
Ain't no way.
Right, it depends on the kid.
Yeah. He hasn't
As
had
to
to
you
do
telling law
anything in
enforcement
his life.
I don't know that I
about
trust
this
Lefty
incident.
to cut his lawn
I don't
now.
believe he's indicated a failure of recollection. I'm sorry, speaking of objection. I have an objection. I would need to explain to that.
Let me try and
Rephrase the question.
to move this along. Mr. Anthony, do you recall telling anyone about this gas can incident before July 31st, 2008?
Yes, because I made a report on the 24th of June.
Sorry, not sorry.
Rephrase that. Since Kaylee was reported missing, did you make any statements to law enforcement prior to July 31st, 2008?
Oops.
Yeah.
You're trying to confuse me here. Yes, you are, sir.
No, sir, I'm not.
We're talking about a gas can, you're talking about my granddaughter. So be specific with one or the other, sir, and then I'll be more than glad to get through this with you.
I'll rephrase the question.
Thank you.
You need to go to the microphone if you're going to ask them questions.
From July 15th,
Oh,
2008,
Lefty.
that was the day you reported your granddaughter missing, right? She was reported missing on that day.
Yes.
And this statement was on July 31st, 2008. Do you recall making any statements about the argument with Casey prior to that?
If you're talking about what's here in the printed word about the gas cans,
That's what I'm referring to. Yes, sir. This argument, this alleged argument that you just finished testifying about for almost an hour, did you tell anybody about that before July 31st?
I'm not sure when this was exactly done, sir. I'm not sure when this deposition was taken through. You have to be specific with me, sir. Give me a date, and I'll answer.
I'm giving you a date, but
No, sir, you are
Listen.
badgering me. You're trying to get me upset, sir.
No, wait.
Oh my God.
Mr. Anthony, did you finish answering the question, sir?
Yes, Judge, I did.
Okay, question.
Did you give law enforcement or tell anyone in law enforcement about this alleged argument before July 31st, 2008? Do you recall?
If I may answer your question as politely as I possibly can, according to what I can see here, I did give information about the gas can and about having an argument with my daughter on the 31st of July. It's right here in printed words, sir. It's right here.
Can you come please and write down the day you explained the arguments.
Remain seated, sir.
Ooh.
Now, do you have something to ask Mr. Baez?
Yes, sir. May the witness stand up.
Witness may stand down.
You better ask me. Get him.
Like,
Can you please
his
mark on July 31st? Argument. Or date of recording argument, please.
But I think this is dumb because you have to think of every little thing that happened that might mean something when the trauma first starts. Like, it's a trauma finding out your granddaughter's missing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to remember every little detail.
Well, and harping on the stupid gas cans and when you were going to mow your lawn and why didn't you know your granddaughter was missing?
So we know that that's August 1st, Friday. Little box. Thank you. See you.
He does. Like, as cringy as he is, like, it's his style and he does really well with it, like, as far as winning cases goes.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I think you're right, Lefty.
that was my whole thing. If they had that, this would have been an open and shut, I think.
From June 24th to August 1st, when the gas cans were collected, did you mow your lawn?
Yes, I'd purchased some other gas cans along the way.
Did you use those gas cans? What gas cans?
No, I did not.
Are you certain?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give myself probably a 9.9.
Okay. And since you didn't use them, you probably didn't put any duct tape on that gas can since you mowed your lawn from the 24th to August 1st, right?
I just answered your question. I purchased other gas cans. I don't believe I used them after that.
So you wouldn't have probably put a piece of duct tape on that gas can.
Objection to speculation.
Overruled.
Is that what it was?
If I can reiterate here, this piece of tape that's on this can right now, I'm probably the one to put that on
Thanks, Dave.
prior to it being taken, because the simple fact is, I'm going to get very technical here for you. Whenever you have gas inside of a can and it gets a very fumy type thing, it could explode. So I probably put that in there when I set it aside. I'm just speculating probably what I did. You're going in an area, sir, that my life and my wife's wife.
Judge, I'm going to object to this narration and ask that it be stricken.
Overruled.
Mr. Anthony.
Finish answering the question, sir.
My life and my wife's life, when this started for us, we were running on fumes, going day by day, just trying to find my granddaughter. And some of these things that you're asking me to be specific on, I'm trying to do the best I can. Is there some things that I might not remember exactly? I think that happens to anyone. But when you get into this thing with you and I, sir, you're going off in a way to get me more upset, and I don't think that's fair. I'm just asking you, treat me with a little bit of respect, and you get respect back. That's all I'm asking.
Mr. Anthony, would you like to answer my question now?
Objection to counsel's commentary.
Stay.
Would you like the
next question?
Do you remember my question, sir?
No, sir, I do not.
Can Your Honor, may I ask the court reporter read back the question to the witness?
Just
Court
ask
reporter may read the question back.
dummy.
Mhm.
Oh, you two.
So
You
wouldn't
two are
have
the
probably
worst.
put a piece of duct tape on that gas can?
And your answer to that question, sir?
I plan
To
to.
store that gas can in my
Plan
shed
to attend part of it.
after receiving it back, I would have put a small piece of duct tape on it to cover that vent hole so it wouldn't have a fumey smell inside of my shed.
And you just testified a moment ago that you put that piece of duct tape on that can, did you not?
I'm presumed that I'm the one to put that on there.
Those are fancy gas cans.
No. They're old.
Deposition page 160, line 11 and 12. May I proceed, Your Honor?
Just a second.
Sure. Do you recall giving a deposition on this case, sir?
Gas can.
I've given numerous depositions on this case.
On August 5th, 2009.
Can you give me a location where this was held?
At the state attorney's
I hated
office.
that.
Yes, I remember that.
I was present.
Yes,
Especially
Mr. Ashton was
law
present?
enforcement.
yes,
Oh, I know.
Your attorney, Brad Conway, was present.
yes,
You took an oath
yes,
to tell the truth,
yes.
the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Have a good night,
Objection.
Lefty.
Bye,
Argumentative
Lefty.
and editorial commentary. Like
Sustained. Rephrase the question.
You took an oath to tell the truth, sir.
Yes,
And do you recall being asked a question by Mr. Ashton? Now, the gas can appears to have a piece of duct tape on it. Do you recognize that? And do you recall giving the following answer? I didn't put the duct tape on there.
okay, we can clarify this right now. This gas
My
can,
question, sir, is, do you
Objection.
recall making that
Witness being
statement?
Interrupted.
Sustained. Let him answer the question. Mr. Anthony, you may answer the question, sir.
I'm trying to clarify, this gas can was taken from my residence on 2 occasions. The second occasion that you're referring to, that it was taken, when I had seen the photograph of it, there was a larger piece of duct tape on there. I did not put that on there. If that's what you're talking about, sir.
I'm referring to this piece of duct tape in the image standing that is right before you, sir.
But sir, this is not the one that I was shown on August 5th of 2009. This is not the photograph that I was shown.
If I can have just a moment, Judge.
Well,
You can't show him a different photo and ask him if he said this
Jackass.
about the photo you're not showing him.
Todd.
Page 163, lines 8 through 20. Sir, do you recall the first? Yes, sir.
All right. Objection. Not an inconsistent statement.
Just a second. Mr. Baez.
It's giving the date there, Your Honor. May we approach? I
No.
think it's fairly clear.
Well, you can ask him a question about the date, but you don't need to read the deposition.
Do you recall?
Remember this image that y'all keep referring to is not in evidence.
Yes, sir.
So it's kind of hard to question somebody about something that's not in evidence at this time.
Mhm.
Yes.
Proceed.
Mr. Anthony, were you not advised that this photograph that's in front of you was identified with the date during your deposition?
Again, sir, this particular image of this particular photo was not shown to me in your presence and in the state attorney's presence on the August 5th of 2009. This was not shown to me. There was another photograph of a gas can that could have been this one that was more filthy dirty because of because of powder from like fingerprints and stuff like that, and a larger piece of duct tape being on it. This is not the one that I was shown in August 5th, 2009. This is not it.
May I proceed, Judge?
You may proceed.
Do you recall being asked a question by Mr. Ashton? This photograph was taken on August 1st.
Same objection.
May I finish the question?
Approach, folks.
No, sir.
Man, oh man.
You may proceed.
Yes, sir. Mr. Anthony will return to this photograph at a later time.
Objection to counsel's editorial commentary.
Overrule. Let's proceed, gentlemen.
Oh.
He's got to have kids. Hi, Roseman.
Hi, Rossman. Ralphie.
Mr. Anthony, was it your testimony? Well, let me ask you this. When you gave the gas cans to the police on August 1st, did the gas cans have duct tape on it?
Again, you're asking for cans. Be specific and say a can or give me a description, sir. I'll help you any way I can.
The cylinder gas can that you've had for 20 years that is almost a part of you. When you gave them that gas can, did it have duct tape on it?
Well, this photograph shows it
Almost
for
a part
August
of
1st
you.
of 2008.
It was
Yes, it
almost
shows
a
that it's
part
on
of
there.
you.
I
That was
think you said
just
she was busy today, right?
uh
I think she's
yeah,
doing
I
something with her human.
yeah, she said she's doing something with her human, and then she said, but hopefully she can come out next week and stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, that'll be fun. I think little D's gonna join us next week, maybe. She lives like 20 minutes away and has actually been to the site where Kaylee was found and has
And
people
yeah,
in
lots of
common.
connections.
She has quite a few connections to the Anthonys actually, and other people in their realm. So that'll be kind of cool to
Be
talk to
interesting.
her.
So is that your testimony today, sir?
Yes.
Oh.
I refer counsel to page 210.
It's okay,
Lines
guys.
1 through 11. Now, Mr. Anthony, the can that you are looking at right now, that's the one that's 20 years old and is sort of a part of you.
Quit saying that.
Did y'all hear anything that I said at sidebar?
Yes, sir. I'll rephrase the question.
Okay. Let's take the jury out.
He's gonna take him in chambers and spank him.
I know. That gas can that you were engaged to.
Maybe see it.
Right?
Just keep saying it. Were you having an affair with the
The
gas
can which you keep referring to as what's the exhibit number, Madam Clerk, for identification? Do not interrupt me, sir.
Mhm.
AJ, State's Exhibit AJ is not in evidence, as I said at the sidebar conference. Until it's in evidence, you can't question somebody about a photograph that is not in evidence. The only questions that you could talk about are foundational questions. I don't know how many times I have to tell. No. All I'm saying is move on to another area. It is not in evidence. When it goes in evidence, then you're free to question him, but the item has not been introduced. How are you going to question somebody about something that's not in evidence? You're questioning about a photograph that's not in evidence.
I would like to proffer to the court at sidebar or outside of the witness's presence how I intend on referring to this. And
Sir,
how I intend on
I am not coming to sidebar on this item now. The one thing we can do is let you proffer Mr. Lazario's testimony, since I've taken the jury out at this time. As to that, Mr. Anthony, you can step down for the moment, sir.
Right? Same.
Return, Mr. Lazario. No.
I believe that Mr. Lazaro is currently here. He knows to come back.
Who told him to leave? I
Uh-oh.
asked that he remain outside.
He did.
He did. I heard it.
It was
Not free
requested
to
of
leave.
me if they could get an early lunch. I anticipated not needing him before the lunch hour actually started, and I
Okay,
apologize.
Let me make myself abundantly clear, folks. I asked him to remain outside. The defense had requested to proffer his testimony. So don't do it again.
Shame, shame.
Yeah, Mr. George is just informing me that
We
he
know.
left. The state intends to introduce this photograph. You didn't at the time.
Eventually, yes, sir. When it's
Eventually.
properly authenticated, we have a full explanation of how it came to be. My understanding as by way of proffer is that Mr. Anthony wasn't present when this photograph was taken. So,
Mr. Bias, you can question about cans all day long, but you cannot question him about that particular photograph, which is not in evidence. Okay, if anybody needs to take a break, you got 5 minutes to take a break. After that, we're gonna charge on through until noon. We'll be in a 5-minute recess. Okay, you may proceed, Mr. Bias.
Yes, sir.
I love this guy.
Mr. Anthony, I want to ask you a question. I want to be clear about it. So it's going to be a little bit of a long question.
I'll be right back.
So this jury can be absolutely certain. The round cylinder gas can that you have had for over 20 years, when you
That
gave
you
it to
are
law enforcement
In love with.
on August 1st, did it have a piece of duct tape on it?
Yes.
Hi, Yamaha.
And you're 100% certain of that?
Yes.
Okay, now do you recall after your granddaughter was reported missing on the 15th? And your daughter was arrested on the 16th, correct?
Correct.
And on the 17th, a detective came back by the name of Appy Wells came to your home. Do you recall that?
Objection, exceeds the scope of direct.
Relates to the gas canister.
I'm sorry.
Sustained, that wasn't a question about a gas
God.
can,
I'm getting there.
but it wasn't a question about a gas can. Sustained.
On July 17th, 2008, did Detective Appy Wells search your shed?
I don't remember.
Do you remember Detective Appy Wells coming to your home the day after your daughter was arrested?
No, I do not.
Do you remember Detective Wells, you giving Detective Wells a tour of your backyard?
At some time, I'm sure I did. If you're asking for a specific date, I don't remember. Again, this is when everything was happening. We had so many people around us.
What is wrong with
Do you remember if you opened the shed where these gas cans were
You're
held
just as bad as them, Jamie.
at any time
It's
for
fun.
Detective Wells?
I wanted to join in.
I just come back. I'm like, what the? I'm
Not
David
presumably
again.
him, but I know I opened the shed up within probably one of those first few days because we had the cadaver dogs at our house. We had law enforcement, media, everywhere.
That shed where these gas cans are stored, how many shovels are in there?
Oh my
Objection,
God.
exceeds the
Can we
scope
stop?
of direct.
The shed has been brought up, Your Honor, and discussed during direct examination.
Overruled.
How many shovels are in that shed?
3 or 4.
So you have 3 or 4 shovels in that specific shed?
Yes,
And would that these gas cans are stored in?
yes,
You also have expensive lawn equipment, right?
yes.
Mowers, weed eaters.
1 mower, 1. Yes, I'll agree.
How many shovels do you own, Jamie?
When you showed the shed to the detective or
Your
whomever
electric
you
one?
showed it to,
I think
did
one.
you inform them of the argument that you had with your daughter on the 24th?
I probably did share that with him. I don't know. I don't remember.
You don't recall, or you probably did?
4.6.
Can you give us a
I
clear
just
answer?
told you, sir. I don't
Of course you
remember
do.
if I did or not. There was just a lot of things that were talked about and shown.
The first night that that your granddaughter was reported missing,
I know.
you spoke
I
with
don't know what
detectives,
happened
did you not?
with Shovel.
Not on the 15th, I did not. No.
You didn't speak to Detective Melich that evening or the early morning hours of the 16th?
On the 16th, I did.
And you told him about the smell of the car that evening, did you not?
Objection, exceeds the scope of direct.
So that's why he has
Sustained.
4.6.
Did you tell Detective Melich about the
He's the
gas
one grumpy
cans
kept
But
it.
you,
and the
you-
argument you had where your
I
daughter
wanna know
wouldn't
what
let you
it
near the
kept.
trunk of the car
the handle part
when you
of the
spoke
shovel
with Detective
part.
Melich that evening?
Objection, proper impeachment, I'd like to explain.
I'm invested.
Overruled.
I don't remember saying that to him, no.
What about the 16th? Did you talk to detectives on, I'm sorry, the 17th? Did you talk to detectives on that day?
I had talked to Orange County Sheriff's detectives numerous times that first week or two.
And on all of those dates, who did you tell about this argument
I think we shoveled once.
before the 31st?
Improper impeachment, and I would like to explain today.
Sustained.
Did you ever tell anyone from law enforcement prior to July 31st about the gas can fight with your daughter?
Objection, improper impeachment.
Such a jackass.
Overruled. You can ask the question.
Okay.
Okay,
I
Dave.
probably did in some course of one of those days. Possibly I did. I don't know. I don't remember of every bit of conversation I had with law enforcement, FBI. I don't remember all those things.
So you can't recall.
No, a pitchfork is in a
At least
shovel.
3 times.
It's a
He
pitchfork.
does not remember. He can't recall. Move to another area.
Yes, sir.
Well, now I'm even more invested in this shovel saga.
Now, Mr. Anthony, you've had the opportunity to sit in the courtroom throughout all the testimony, have you not?
Yes.
In fact, you
I hate you.
asked your lawyer to,
Do not go there. Next question.
Ooh.
you were specifically excluded from the rule of sequestration?
I has approached the
Oh my
sidebar.
Oh.
You may proceed.
Judge, I have no further questions of this witness at this time.
Okay, witness may stand down. You have any redirect? Okay, you may proceed.
T-Rex. Is a fork a spoon?
Oh, Rexy.
Mr. Anthony, the gas can that Mr. Maya spent a good deal of time talking to you about that you gave to law enforcement on August 1st. Did they give that back to you the very next day?
It could have been the next day or the day after. I'm not really sure, but it came back fairly quickly.
At the time in July and August of 2008, did you have any idea that that gas can had anything to do with the death of your granddaughter?
No, I did not.
In December
Better, Zach.
of 2008, did its importance become clear?
Eris, I'm gonna need you to block him. I can't with this man today.
We didn't discuss anything, so.
Overruled.
Could you ask
Sure.
that again, please?
In December 11th and thereafter, did the significance of that gas can become clear?
Yes.
Did you keep possession of that gas can from
Sorry,
when they
Dave.
gave it back to you in August until they took it? I'm sorry, let me ask this question. Did they take it from you a second time
Poor kitty cats.
in December?
I know.
Yes.
And did you keep that gas can in your shed along with all your other garden tools from August to December?
Yes.
I bet she's not, Zach.
On August 31st, when you mentioned to the FBI about this incident with the gas can, was that in the context of a several-hour interview about?
Overrule at this point. Let him finish answering the question. Mr. Anthony, do not answer the question until I instruct you to answer. You may
I'll
continue.
rephrase. Was the subject matter that the FBI talked to you about a very broad range of subject matters?
Is there objection to the question as formed now?
Yes, Judge.
What is the objection?
Leading.
Overruled. You may ask the question.
Yes.
Did they ask you about everything that happened between June 16th and July 15th?
Yes.
And is it in the context of that you mentioned the incident of the 24th?
Yes.
Right, T-Rex. We're not gonna let the gas cans go.
June 24th.
No.
June 24th of 2008. Did you believe that your granddaughter was alive and well and being cared for by your daughter?
Yes.
Did you have any reason on June 24th to suspect that your granddaughter was either dead or missing?
No.
When did you first learn that what you thought on June 24th was wrong? That in fact, she wasn't in the care of your daughter?
On June 24th, I didn't see Kaylee with Casey.
But when did you first learn that there was a possibility that on June 24th, your granddaughter was at the very least not in the care and custody of your daughter.
Through conversation I had with my daughter that someone else was watching Kaylee.
That was then.
Yes, sir.
But you still thought that your daughter was aware of where she was.
Yes.
Did you learn on July 15th that what you had thought on June 22nd, 24th was in fact not the case?
That was not the case because Kaylee wasn't with us. Kaylee wasn't at home.
I have just a moment.
God.
Reprocess
Did
those
you see the
issues
gas
and those
cans?
issues alone.
Valhalla. 18. Valhalla, I want you to get fainting.
You knew on
I
June
know.
24th that these gas cans would become an issue in this case, didn't you, sir?
Sustained.
Not on June 24th.
Objection was sustained.
Head.
Rephrase your question.
You know that these gas cans are a
Oh my
significant
God.
issue in this case, do you not, sir?
I do now.
And it was you who reported these gas cans missing on June 24th,
Why
knowing
though?
that your daughter had taken gas many times before,
Yes.
and knowing that
Really
you never
though?
even called your daughter to see if
Farrell.
she had the gas cans.
Objection exceeds the scope of redirect and ask an answer.
What?
Sustained as to ask
The
and
reason
answer.
the gas cans are so important really is because of the tape. Is that the whole thing about it?
Because the tape was at the house, I think is part of it. Because I think the tape matches the tape that was on Kaylee's mouth,
Yeah.
and
So
so
is that the
they're
only reason they're harping on the gas can thing? Really?
and because he was making a big deal about it. I think I think the defense is trying to say he was making a big deal about these gas cans coming up missing as a way to like deflect something off of him, like make her
Oh,
look or maybe like somebody else did something. I don't know, but that's why.
gotcha.
Because
Yeah.
she'd taken it before. Well, did she always break the lock and go in and steal them? Because that's probably why he called the cops. It's because it was literally broken into and stolen.
Yeah, it wasn't just like it was missing. It was she
Right.
broke the lock and they said they broke the lock. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Anthony said they broke it. So
Okay.
okay.
Because I'm just like, what is the big deal about the damn gas cans other than that duct tape? Like, stop already.
right. This one's like almost done. Less than a
No,
minute.
I'm just.
But yet you sit here today, sir, and claim that when you reported these gas cans missing on June 24th, you had absolutely no idea that you would be reporting to the police about a piece of significant evidence in this case.
Objection. Argumentative, asked and answered.
Overruling answered for the last time.
On the 24th of June, 2008, I did not know that a few weeks later that my granddaughter would be reported missing. If that's answering your question, sir, that's the best I got at the moment.
Despite that you haven't seen your granddaughter in 9 days and she lived with you every day, right, sir?
Argumentative, asked and answered.
Sustained.
Yeah, but it wasn't his child to take
Yes,
care
ma'am,
of.
stand down. Thank you, Mr. Anthony.
Exactly.
Who cares if
Yes.
she lived there? If Casey decided
State may
to
call
take her out and have her out for 2 months without telling them, that's on her.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna do. Oh, sorry. I was getting the next one ready, Rex. It's okay. You can just stay up there.
Mhm.
There you go. Great success.
Yep.
Facts. All right. I'm gonna do Lee's first, and I've had enough of George for a minute.
I know, Sean Bird. The best I can do at the moment. That's the best I can do.
Let's do some jailhouse phone calls.
Oh, you gotta love these.
Right? This is Casey's brother Lee, and this one is from, hold on, I have the date in here. 7/25/08. This was the date of this jailhouse phone call. I believe this was her first visit from a family member.
After.
Yeah, after she was arrested.
Mhm.
Hey, hold on one second. Hey, can I get this turned up a little bit?
And I did what I could with the audio, but I'm not Veilhammer, so.
I can't really hear you.
Okay, I can try to speak up a little bit.
No, go ahead. You're fine.
Okay. How are you?
Oh man, I don't want to start crying.
Yeah, I don't either. Let me just kind of give you a heads up. To my knowledge, we have about, I don't know if you know how all this works, but
No.
have about an hour together.
Okay.
Mom and dad are scheduled at 1 to come in and see you too.
Okay.
I had to set this up through the deputy.
Let me know if I need to hit my booster.
County because Bias didn't do it for us, or at least he claimed, and we were having a tough time doing it for us.
Yeah, that's what you told me the other night.
This
So
is her older
we
brother.
still have visitation set up for Monday also.
Okay.
I just wanted to give you the heads up. First,
Yes.
Yeah, you might
This
have
is
to boost
Casey's
him.
older. Yeah, this is Casey's older brother Lee. And the only one in the whole situation that gave an F about Kaylee, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
He was Kaylee 100%. Like all of the rest of them were like, oh, but Casey too. Like, but Lee was there for Kaylee. He does, Zach. He does look. Here I got it. That's funny.
Yes.
All right.
But don't you love how her first she interacted? She's such a ugh. I hate this woman with all my being. Mm.
Yes, Mimsy. This is her brother Lee, aka DUI guy. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, there. Okay, it is.
I'm sure you know, or I'm sure you've been told by Jose that everything that goes on inside the jail, including this, is recorded, and anybody can listen or hear, including the deputy, say all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Hi, David.
However, there is one thing that nobody can monitor, and that is if you're able to write a letter.
Okay.
Now, how the letters work, there is a mail system inside the courtroom.
Mm-hmm.
And if the letter is delivered to the proper mail system, that is not monitored. If you give a letter to Jose or to anybody else, of course, they may end up reading that.
Yeah.
So what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to be writing you the letter as soon as I can to get it to you, to give you that line of communication. So if you didn't feel comfortable saying something when you knew you were being recorded and monitored, that you can get that way.
Okay.
Do you have access to paper and a pen?
I can get access to that. That's not a problem.
Okay, that's the first I want to do. So I guess I just wanted to drop you some knowledge first. I think is the best thing that we should go over.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you already know that about how you can reach out. You did know that already.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I wanted to go over with you, make sure that you're aware. Obviously, Jose works for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything that you say to Jose is supposed to be attorney-client privilege. It's supposed to be in confidence.
Yeah.
How that works is even if you ask him to reach out to the family, if you ask him to reach out to law enforcement, if you give him a letter and ask him to do it, he is not obligated to do that.
Mm-hmm.
He will make a decision if it's in his or your best interest.
No.
Yeah.
He is his best interest too.
Mm-hmm.
At this moment, I really don't have anything against him, but I want to make sure that you realize that if you try to reach out, he may not be giving us this information.
Because it's a jail.
Yeah, I understand that.
He's told us that his number one focus is you.
Mm-hmm.
That his secondary focus is Kaylee.
Mm-hmm.
The truth is, because it's a business.
Yeah.
The truth is, and the most important thing for him is his first focus is himself.
Mm-hmm.
Then you, then Kaylee.
Mm-hmm. Hey, hold on one second. Can you turn this up a little bit? Thank you. All right. At least this way I won't have to strain my head to try to hear you in a minute. Okay, keep going. You're fine.
Oh, poor you.
I cannot speak to anybody else's focus other than what they've told me.
Mm-hmm.
What I can do is speak to my own focus.
Yeah.
What I can tell you is my focus is on Kaylee.
Yeah.
My second focus is you.
Yeah.
My third is Mom.
I have questions.
I know,
Is
me
there
too.
a
Let's
hearing
talk
of
about
this?
it.
Is there a hearing we can watch, Sean?
I just like
You
it.
have to
Doesn't
let us
sound like
know.
an episode of Scooby-Doo. Oh my god.
Well, that's because she wants something to deflect from what her brother is there to do. Because he questions her about, and she knows that he's going to do that because he did it at the house too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oops, wrong one.
She is.
Mm-hmm.
She is for sure.
Then Dad. Then me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to make it, and I don't give a shit about bias. I don't give a shit about the police. I don't give a shit about anything else. Those are my priorities.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah.
I need you to tell me if my focus should be anything different than that. If anybody's priorities should be in a different order, or if I should have anybody else in there at all.
No, I think your priorities are where they should be, and that's exactly where mine are. So, honestly, I'll sit here as long as I have to. My only concern is Kaylee.
Okay. Well, that's what I want to go over. I'm sorry, I wrote a lot of this down because there's some stuff that I wanted to make sure that you are aware of before we really started getting into anything.
Yeah.
Just so you could feel comfortable in the way that you're answering, so that you know if you don't feel comfortable answering, that there may be a way that you can reach out to where you wouldn't feel comfortable being a letter or something like that. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. The police are only going to go off of whatever information gets to them.
Mm-hmm.
I know for a fact that they have been reaching out to Mr. Baez. They have not reached out to Mr. Baez on a phone call since 16th when you were put under arrest.
Mm-hmm.
They left 2 messages for Jose. Jose has never, I've seen the phone records, he has never returned a phone call to the police department. Now, he has written a letter, faxed a letter over to them, just saying that you're willing to cooperate and things like that. When they have reached out to him since then, he has either not returned the phone call, or he has, and I mean, I've got the correspondence, I saw this yesterday, and I'm not trying to knock what he's doing or anything like that. But I just want to make you aware of exactly what I've been able to confirm.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not even going to get into the bond stuff right now. I know.
Yeah, no.
We're talking to you. I'm just going to leave it at that. Hold on, I just want to read through and make sure that I'm hitting all this first. How did Jose become your attorney?
It just kind of happened at random in booking. I heard a couple people talking about attorneys, things like that, and they just flat out asked me if I had anyone yet, and I said no. And his name came up, and I was like, well, if he's good, can you do me a favor and pass my name along? So he came and saw me the next day. It was like immediately right after I saw the judge.
So was it an inmate? Was it a corrections officer?
It was an inmate, and there was 3 other people that confirmed it. So
okay, so that's kind of how that happened. That makes sense. And from what I could find out, I didn't think he was court appointed. So that's what.
No.
Okay. What's your honest assessment? How do you feel? I mean, and remember, everybody else can watch this, so feel free to answer however you want to. But what's your honest assessment?
I think he's doing whatever by any means necessary to get things done quickly as far as bond is concerned. I know I am his priority. I would like Haley to be his focus as well, but I know that I am his client and his concern is getting me out so I can help Haley. That's something that we've talked about every single time we've met.
Now, understand, going to any of us are going to say that we do feel it would be in your best interest to be able to get out and help find Haley.
Of course.
However, I know that you know, especially now that you know that you can write a letter to me or to whomever, that just like if you were out, you were able to talk to us when no one else was around.
Yeah. Excuse me.
There are ways, even if you're still in mute, that we can still.
What was he doing? Hold on.
Effectively search for Haley, no matter how comfortable or confident you feel with Jose or the police or anything.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Make sure that you are aware of that. Do you want to talk to law enforcement?
Yes and no. I mean, I know that I'm their quote person of interest. So things that I've told them before.
Yeah.
What is it doing?
Well, because she wants to help find Kaylee, even though she knows she's dead.
They've looked at me like I'm feeding them a bunch of bullshit. So
you are.
In a lot of ways, I'd rather things come from either you guys, my primary, my family, or my almost time primary at this point, because Jose's.
She is making me crazy anyway. A tab. Do you have any input on that, Jim? I just uploaded this one, so.
Oh, you downloaded it?
Well, I actually pull them off of a different site, and then I edit out the commercials and upload it to a private YouTube feed, and then when I get done streaming it, I make them public too, so if people want to go back and watch just the footage from the court or just like the video, they don't have to watch it with commentary if they don't want to. So they actually get a decent amount of views, so I mean, not like Travis Rudolph footage or anything, but so I shut down everything else that I'm not using, so maybe it'll help. Let's see if it goes now.
Been my one outlet.
Right.
So it's gonna have to come from one of those avenues.
Right. Now that you know you have another outlet to the family, I encourage you to just realize know, and again, you probably know Jose a little better than me at this point, even though I have talked to him on almost a daily basis. But you know that, again, I can introduce myself on my intention, and I know you know my intention.
Yeah.
So
Would like to enter an objection.
the reason why
Request a sidebar. No, sir. Same thing. Continue.
the thing about the police, when you gave your statement about you know, dropping Keely off with the nanny on the night, we know that that's incorrect. It's actually on 16th.
Yeah, I know that.
Or, you know, at a time after Father's Day. Did you know that before?
I've had a lot of time to think about it, and yeah, trust me, it came to mind.
Right, and that's what I figured. I figured you
I didn't realize that she had told them
after you gave
an earlier date.
and you haven't been able to reach out to law enforcement since you made the statement.
Oh my goodness.
Correct. Like that. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So, would you agree that it would be in your best interest and Kenny's best interest to be able to give the police accurate information so they can do their job?
Yeah, but at the same time, they've misconstrued things that I've said, put words in my mouth, so that there were things that I had specifically said that I never said. So I would rather do that in the form of a letter to the detectives themselves, specifically, so they have that written proof. There's no saying that I said anything, you know, whatever. I'm not going to deal with that anymore.
This is my suggestion to you. Please understand, remember, you write a letter to the detective and you go through Jose for this, he could decide
not to give it to them.
Exactly. This is my suggestion to you. Write it to them directly through the jail system letter, just like you would write Mom or I or anybody else a letter. Send us and Jose.
Yeah.
Again, do all this on your own without anybody else being made aware. That way, Jose can choose to only give them one page of it.
Exactly.
Alter it. We can't change it or alter it. You know what I mean? It's going to be obvious that it came from you, just like you were saying. And now that we have documented proof also copies,
there's no way to misconstrue anything.
Exactly. This is the best way to get that information out there.
No, I completely agree with you.
Okay. And that's what we need to be able to do, is keep the line of communication open. So right now, here's the problem. And it's not your fault that the information that they are going off is correct. I've been doing my own research. I've been talking to your old coworkers at Kodak Television. I have the timeline. I know that there's a Jeff Hopkins. I know that there's Juliet. I know I've been able to go through all of these things, and I've given this information to detectives actually just last night.
Okay.
They're extremely interested in following up on it. My point was, because they didn't know where to look, they were looking at people that were actually universal employees. That's why they just assumed everything was a lie.
Exactly, when I had specifically even told them not to. But again, everything that I had given them, they went off of their own assumptions on things from the very beginning.
So what we need to be able to do to help this move forward the way that it needs to move forward, we need to figure out the best way to start to get them accurate information, whether that's a letter yourself, or you providing the information through a letter or through a video to me or mom or dad or whomever. Remember, if you do it through Jose, you may or may not want to do it. But understand, if you write something to me in a letter, Casey, I'm not sharing it with anybody. I'm the only person who can read it. And if there's anything that you do not want me to relay,
I'll be very specific. I know.
I'm not going to do it. Okay?
I know.
I know that you do, but I need you to trust me on that. Okay?
I definitely do.
Okay. I want to just kind of run through everything with you, whatever you feel comfortable. Again, going through, but I'm going to ask you some stuff, and I know that you may or may not give me, an answer, or give me, an answer this way, and that's fine. I just want to give you the opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
Feel free if you feel more comfortable not saying something, but maybe giving me a signal. Do that. Okay.
Yeah.
What I need to know is I need to know who I can trust out here. Okay. I'm just going to say some names, give you the opportunity to respond if you want.
Yeah.
What I wrote down to what I thought the best way is if I can trust
I
the
agree.
I either you can trust them or you want me to look into something myself. Tip me off somehow, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to start. Annie.
Don't even bother.
Well, you're going to understand my rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
People in the order in which I'm asking. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
So, Annie.
Yeah.
Melina. Amy.
Most definitely.
Ricardo.
I don't know.
Tony.
I'd like to say yes, but I'm kind of on the fence about that one as well,
He's
unfortunately.
asking who he can trust.
Jesse.
No.
Mom.
Most definitely.
Most definitely,
You can.
Okay, hold on. Let me make sure that I'm clear on how the answers that I have. Shaking your head for Amy and Melina. I can trust them.
For Annie and Melina, don't even bother. Don't waste your time. I'm going to be flat out honest and just tell you either way.
Okay. Amy.
Yes. Yes.
I don't need to take anything that she says with a grain of salt or look into her or.
Not at all. She's one of the most genuine people.
This is the line of questioning that I'm asking for. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to figure out. Sorry if I was.
No, it's okay.
So Ricardo.
I wouldn't worry about it. I don't know what he would know, if anything of any significance. That one is up to you. Tony, again, I'm on the fence about. Use your own discretion.
Both. She accused both of them.
Yeah. So imagine this. She's accused this man of molesting her, and here we are.
Yeah, after he was the only one. And he was doing everything he could. He was looking at all these people that she made up. He was trying to find them.
And
And
but I mean, like, look at the way she's
finding people with those names and giving those to the detectives. These people that he was finding with the names that she made up.
Yeah, but like, look at the way she interacts with him and talks with him. Like, to me, that is not.
Well, that's like I have her dad's too. The one where it's just her and her dad, and the way she interacts with her dad tells me that there wasn't like.
She's not terrified of that man. She's not terrified of anyone.
Right. Yeah. That's for sure. She was a spoiled little brat.
Said I would investigate it further, but he's not someone that I personally trust at the moment.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to find out. So
yeah.
So you're saying yes, I should trust them, or no, I shouldn't.
Or no, you shouldn't. Exactly. Yeah.
Perfect. Mom.
Most definitely.
Dad.
Again, same.
Most definitely.
Definitely, you should trust Dad.
Ryan.
Yes.
Will.
I haven't known him very long. I met him on the 4th of July. So no.
No, you don't.
He's working so hard for that little girl that he is asking her if he can trust his own parents in his search for her.
And
She's disgusting.
She is a disgusting person. Yeah.
he's not someone that I know very well, so no.
Any other people, and I don't have all their names, any other people associated with
No, not that I can think of. But they've all just been people that I've known on like that professional basis, if you can even call it that. It hasn't been anything of any real significance.
Is there anybody that you don't trust you want me to be looking into?
Honestly, at the moment, I don't know. I can't think of anyone.
Yeah, because of this
Really,
second,
Casey?
who I'm going to be keeping my friends close, my enemies closer.
Yeah.
Is Jesse, Tony, possibly Will. I'm gonna try to talk to him.
He's friends with Amy, so you can talk to Amy actually and probably get more information about him.
Will do. And possibly Ricardo.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else that I should look into at all? Needs a friend through any means. I mean, you can even give me a MySpace name or something that I could figure out on my own, or portion of a phone number or anything. Feel free to give me the info in any way that you know how. If you don't now, it's okay.
I don't know of anything at the moment.
Okay. So that's it. That's the direction I wanted, and frankly, that's where I'm going, to where I have been going. So
yeah,
can't stay on the course that I'm staying.
The power of one small action, one conversation, or one phone call.
I missed one.
Oh well.
Like a commercial. I must have zoomed right past that one.
But yeah, like that is just so sad. He has no idea, and she knows exactly where Kaylee is right now. She knows.
Right. Like either way, like even if what her defense said, either way, like she's just so gross.
Mm-hmm.
The ad was super loud. Whiskey, I'm gonna need a story time on that.
Let's see. Where should I, as far as any areas or places,
mm-hmm.
where should I focus a search, a tip, or reaching out to people?
Check things locally, in all honesty. Places that are familiar to us, to our family.
Ma'am.
Ask Mom specific places that I've mentioned when her and I spoke over the last period of time, over the last few weeks. She should remember specific places.
Mm-hmm.
Would you feel comfortable me? I'm written down. Would you feel comfortable tipping me off to those places now, or would you prefer that I just go through Mom?
Try and go through Mom. If you need more, if you need something more concrete, more specific, I can try to give you that.
Stupid.
I hate her. Ma'am,
Yeah.
you know where your daughter is. Quit being a D-bag.
Places or with people also?
More or less with places. I don't know of people at this point. I have no idea. Again, this is really the first outside connection I've had besides one visit yesterday from someone I haven't seen in 4 years, at least. His name is Patrick Bourgeois. He was a friend from high school.
Yeah,
Patrick Bourgeois?
He's someone that you should definitely talk to. His exact words to me, I have a friend on the outside. He has a whole group of people that he listed off to me that are still friends, people that we can trust.
What? First of all, that name sounds made up.
Really talk to him. I mean, I don't know the kid all that well outside of high school, but again, with him being the first person that even made an attempt to come and talk to me, that meant
I
an
don't
awful
know
lot.
if Lee has ever spoken
I can
out
tell you,
other than
tried
like
to make
I know he spoke to the media during the search.
Hmm.
Like to say, you know, like that Casey just because she gives him a message later on in this to be able to tell the media or whatever. And I don't know that he's done anything besides that.
Yeah, I don't think I ever saw him after
Yeah,
the fact.
I'm sure he's crushed because, like I said, he was the only one that was 100% there for Kaylee. All he wanted was his niece found.
Hmm. And Patrick Bourgeois showed up at jail, some guy she barely knew from high school, to do what?
Yeah, that's so weird. Now I want to
She
look up
says,
Patrick Bourgeois.
yeah, and I was like, that's such a made-up name. If it's real, I'll be shocked.
Well, I know who we can ask.
Oh yeah, Danielle, she might know the deets. She'll be like,
Yeah.
yeah, I know that guy. I'll be like, okay.
I think it was her family member or something that went to high school with Casey or
I think
went
she
to the
said
same
her,
high school.
yeah, I think she said it was her brother or something like that. So pretty
Something
cool,
like
pretty,
that.
pretty
Yeah,
close. Like,
we'll have to find out. I mean, it's not like you would forget that last name if you went to school with one.
mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty unique.
Right?
to the police department on 16th.
Mhm.
We tried to make an attempt through Jose Baez on the 18th.
Yeah.
Dad tried to call on Saturday and on Sunday.
Mhm.
Either the line was busy or we were told that we were not able to set anything up at that point.
Uh-huh.
My dad was on hold on yesterday all day, either on hold or the line was busy. Mom called yesterday to tell me to hold a visit. We were instructed on 16th by not only Jose, but also by the police department that we would not be able to see or talk to you until 7 days after your
And
arraignment.
you will find
And
out.
that we could not set anything up prior to that. That is what we were told by both of them.
Did they have any specifics as of why? I mean, I know that you've been, held back from coming and seeing me. I was even
Come on
told
for
that
an interview.
We were instructed that this was that process.
That's bullshit because it's not. No, I'm just putting it right flat out for you.
I just figured that out, and that's the main reason why I want you to be able to know that stuff that doesn't get to us, or doesn't get to, from either Jose or to the police or whomever.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's not accurate. People have their own agenda. Okay.
Oh, Lee, I've known that since my first court meeting. It was fabricated that I even said anything to any officers. I didn't speak to any officers that first morning that I was here. So the restrictions that I've been under for the last week have all been fabricated. It's all been bullshit. The police's exact words to me, I'm going to tell you all of this because I want them to hear me say this.
Good.
When Melick read me my rights in front of the other two detectives, flat out said, I'm going to hold you there as long as I can. There's going to be no bond. Period.
I do know that. He conveyed that very honestly and upfront to us too. He did convey that to us.
Oh, he made sure that he didn't add that in any part of his testimony the other day. So
he is instructed by, obviously we've had a lot of communication issues there.
Mm-hmm.
The police have a lot of communication open with the DA, whoever, whatever you class.
With the State Department, yeah.
Right. So it's the same thing. They
Schomburg,
their
no.
witnesses,
Yeah.
just
No.
like Jose pressed mom and dad or whomever else.
Yeah, exactly.
The way that it works.
In case she doesn't read the chat.
Frankly, I knew
stream for you there.
exactly how that bond hearing was going to go down.
Yeah, I had my feelings going into it, so.
I never had any thought that it was going to go down any way other than it did. You had been instructed every day, every day after we dropped Casey. Have you ever gotten a letter that we've written to you?
No, I've gotten two letters. One from the Dr. Phil show, The other was from another attorney that was posted the 17th.
You've never gotten a letter from Mom.
I haven't gotten a letter from anyone except those two.
You've gotten a letter from Annie.
No, I haven't gotten a letter from anyone, Lee.
We have written you
You bet.
16 pages.
And I've been getting things that were dated 3 days ago.
I've been giving you to Jose. Okay? So I need you to understand that he is reading me. Well, whether he's reading or not.
For what it's worth, I'm not getting anything.
I don't know. I don't think so.
She said that she got a letter from them.
Yeah.
I don't think she ever went.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to,
Oh, I know.
you know, I'm just trying to make sure that you are informed of exactly what's going on because none of us, you know, I have no reason to say anything incorrect.
Jose was. And Mom and Dad were.
Now understand your rights in this, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she wasn't though, right?
Yeah, it's like
We
a lot of
do not-
parts.
We
So
as the family members, we do not have any
wasn't-
say on your representation.
Yeah.
We do
Because
not
wasn't
have
she
say
mad?
in anything that's
Wasn't
going
she
on.
mad they went on Phil? Yeah. I thought she was really mad at him they went on Dr. Phil.
oh, I have no idea, but yeah, there's like a bunch of different parts. Did Dr. Phil pay Casey Anthony's parents? No money, no. He Dr. Phil made a donation or to a charity in Kaylee's name. It's support for grandparents' rights in missing and abused children. So
Yeah.
So no,
Yeah,
it doesn't look
'cause
like
I think she was
old
really
Casey was
upset.
on it.
Oh no, I think
Well,
she was
yeah,
really
she
upset they
probably
were
wanted
doing
to
it.
be
Because there
on
was a
it.
phone call. Well, there was a phone call that I remember that they played or something. Remember? And she was like,
Yes.
"Thanks for talking to the media," like or something like that. She was all
Mhm.
pissed off. Yeah. Anyways, you have to find that one too.
Later, ask me for a story time. Just saying. Okay.
You want to change jockeys in this horse race. You can do it. Okay?
Yeah.
All you need to do is as simple as you reaching out to somebody in the corrections department, anybody in the corrections department, so Jose to remember and make it known of what you want to do, okay?
Yeah.
What my worry is, and again, all I have to go off of is what I'm being told by Jose,
Also, we're supposed
what
to
I'm being
story
told
time.
from the police department, and I know they are holding information back for their own needs.
Yeah.
I know this. You and I, and all of us, have to use them as resources.
Mm-hmm.
If they are not effective resources for us,
we need to find other means.
Right. This is something that I've learned from Josh Duckett, who is the father of Trent Duckett that was missing for 2 years.
Yeah, I heard that he contacted Mom.
He's contacted all of us. I've been talking to him on almost a daily basis, Casey. While he's got his own demons, and I'm not really outside of all this. What I've learned from him on how to manipulate the media, how to manipulate law enforcement, and how to manipulate attorneys, the way that we need to do this, and his sole purpose is finding Kaylee.
Good.
He has strictly told me, I don't give a shit about me. He says that he doesn't give a shit about me. He doesn't give a shit about you. He doesn't give a shit about me or mom or dad or anybody. All he cares about is Kaylee. But he's right.
I mean, he kind of looks like DUI guy, but I guess.
Kaylee is finished, and
if you're into that sort of thing, Valhalla.
done. All these other things will work themselves out.
Oh, of course.
So that's what we've been going through. How can we effectively do that?
Yeah, I've even said from day one, putting my crap out within the media and everything, honestly, it's being said is complete garbage. The focus isn't on Kaylee, and that's where it should be. That's my only concern.
Right. Understand that because right now the only way that we can get information out to the media it's through Jose. Now that you and I have a form, or that anybody has a form, whether you want to say it here or you want to say it in a letter, if you want me or mom or anybody to go out through the media, I'm in front of the media, I'm getting phone calls from the media 10 minutes in every hour of every day.
Yeah.
I can do whatever you need me to do, okay? If there's things that need to be corrected, if there's things that you want to make known, or that you want me to hold back.
Yeah.
Facts.
Again, you already know this isn't the way to hold something back. But if you want something known, or corrected,
Also facts.
or if you want your voice heard, tell me. Or somehow get that
Well,
done.
I am not
We'll
pulling
do
that up.
Okay?
Yeah.
Before
And
we
you
get
really
into anything
want-
else, there's a few other things that I wanted
I'll
to go
type
through
that.
with you, and I'm sorry there's
No, go ahead.
questions, but
It needs to be done, Lee.
understand my rhyme or reason behind it,
Absolutely.
because we only have an hour.
Yeah.
I've already asked you who I can trust, and what I'm taking out of that is the people that I need to keep close with me. Maybe I'll find something out. And I've already asked you places where I should focus, and I've already talked to them, and I already know, and I'm not going to go through them and laundry list them out now like the others.
Yeah.
If you want me to do that later, tell me. Are there any places or clues out there that I can look? I'm going to list some things out. MySpace.
I don't know. Possibly.
Facebook.
Again, possibly.
Photo bucket.
No.
Your phone record. As in your
My-
telephone record.
As in my telephone records, that's your best bet for anything.
How are you?
Do you have a bank account?
I just opened up a brand new account, which Mom, if
You're telling me where.
it's at Wachovia, I already told Mom that. I know that any mail that comes to the house, as soon as there's access, I want Mom to be able to go and do that. She has power of attorney.
I understand that, but you understand, power of attorney doesn't mean anything when you're incarcerated. How power of attorney works, that means if something happens to you, as in you being dismissed, or you being locked up. Locked up, right? You are not locked up right now. It's very clear. You're arrested, you're not charged.
No, I know.
Incarcerated in jail with charges on you.
Yeah.
Power of attorney does not mean anything.
Yeah.
So Mom cannot get this information willingly or by her own means. We have to, when we're asking for passwords and we're asking for information, because honestly, we can't find this out on our own.
Yeah, understandably.
So just keep that in mind. If there's something that you need to communicate, to us. The purposes of this Wachovia account. I'm getting off track real fast. I'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Should I look into bank or credit card records of mom or friends or anything else that you may have either borrowed or used money from?
No.
That wouldn't point me in any right direction.
No.
God, I feel bad for this man.
I know. He's
Is
just
there anything that I should focus on?
doing all this work,
The house.
and she knows
Your house.
she's on the
outside of
she's
maybe
not
stuff
arguing.
on the computer.
And
Nothing I
she's
can
giving
think of.
him stupid shit to
On
try
the
and.
computer.
Yeah.
Because this was something that I was going to get to. How about the laptop that you were using on the computer?
Yeah.
Focus on that one.
I don't think there's anything on there.
Should I focus on the family computer?
Check the family computer. Check the discs of pictures that we have. There may be a picture that may help with something. I don't know. I mean, there's
No, there won't
Literally
be.
sending him on wild goose
CD
chases.
pictures that
for
are
Exactly.
CDs of
I know.
pictures that I made for Mom.
I've seen them.
You've gone through all of them.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Is there anyone in particular that stands out that you want?
Not one that stands out particularly, but I would check them.
You
Because
and
there
me
could be
both,
something.
Betsy.
would it benefit me to, if I had the password and I don't, for the your version of the desktop?
I'll give it to you right now.
Can I have that?
Yeah.
What is the password?
RICO 234.
I have tried that, Casey. It does not work.
That was the password that I used at the house.
RICO. Does any of those letters have to be?
Nothing's capitalized. No.
Any spaces?
No spaces. And it's the letter O, not a zero.
I tried this, Casey. It does not work. I'm telling you that I tried this.
That's the password that I used before I left the house. That last time before I left the house, that is the password that I used.
Okay.
Who else has been on the computer? That's my question to you. You don't have to answer that. Well, that's the password that I used the last time I logged in on that computer, which was the day that I left.
Oh, somebody must have
Mom
changed
was
the
there when I did it.
password.
What is for the specifically that Kaylee is missing?
She's such a sack of shit.
What is the login email?
Did you hear earlier?
The login email is.
I didn't realize that in the beginning she had told him that the 9th was when she dropped her off with Zanny. And then they found out that that couldn't have been true because the 15th, I believe it was, the day before, Kaylee had gone to see her great grandpa with Cindy. Lee was talking to her about that. I didn't realize that, I guess, or I forgot about it or something that she had said that.
Yeah, I missed it. How?
I don't know. Maybe they didn't have she was arrested, what'd they say, the 17th? I think the 17th, because they arrested her on something else. The lying. They arrested her for lying on the 17th, because that's when I think they went to Disney.
That was my favorite thing ever.
Or Universal. Yeah. Oh gosh.
Just to take them in there, tell the security guard she works there, start waving at people and walking around, and then they finally get to a hallway and go, "Oh, sorry, I lied. I don't work here."
Yeah, like to go through all of that. She knows whiskey. Lee talked about it immediately, that all of this is recorded. Everything that you say, every interaction you have in here is recorded except for her talks with her attorney. So she knows, she's well aware. That's why she's trying to be all cryptic-y and like he's about to ask her if her passwords have any hidden clues in them. Oh yeah, you're so
yeah.
ridiculous. She's just got all these little hidden nuggets everywhere, Ugh. Gross.
Casey Marie, CASEYO, the letter O, MARIE, @yahoo.com.
Oh, Yahoo.
Password for that one.
Kays, CAYS 234.
Okay. Getting back to where I should look for clues. So Mom's house, you specifically mentioned the computer. I've got what I need for the computer. Ricardo's house.
There's nothing there.
Tony's house.
Outside of maybe my blow dryer and my straightener, maybe a couple shirts, there's nothing there.
Jesse's house.
I haven't been to Jesse's house. You mean his parents' house or his apartment? His apartment, he moved everything out.
Either one.
Neither.
I know you've been there. Really?
Yeah. I had been to his apartment a couple times this year. His parents' house, 2006.
Fusion.
No.
Your text message records.
I know there's numbers, but outside of that, I mean, I know it doesn't show specific messages. I don't know if you can go back and see what specific messages were. I don't know if there's a way of doing that.
Right.
Quite possibly, yes. Because it's been my main form of communication with everyone.
Did you really have a different phone?
There was really a different phone. I don't know where it is. And that's something that worries me because there are 4 specific. Oh my god, it cut off. Okay, bring it back.
Casey, you still there?
Yeah, did you get the message that I got? Yeah, we have 5 minutes.
No, I did. I saw the 5-minute thing, but it is cut off. So,
Yeah.
Sorry. Back to the. Sorry, I completely
No, it's
lost
okay.
the place where we were.
Outside, there's 4 numbers specifically. If we could recover that phone.
No, there's a phone. Super secret
It
number.
was Jeff's the last number that I had. It was.
Would it have been a 904 area code?
Yeah, it would have been a Jacksonville number.
Any numbers out of that? Because I have all the phone numbers from your phone.
You have all of the phone numbers from the phone that I have currently. Oh shit.
I need to know what I'm looking for.
It's a 90.
You can help me with.
It's a 904 number. That's all I know.
There's like 4 904 numbers in your phone. If you remember any other numbers that I should look for, any combination of the numbers, let me know. Or
Okay.
how about this? Do you remember a day or a time you may have talked to that person?
Not specifically, because we talked very vaguely over the last couple months.
And would it have been quick phone calls for guys in 1 or 2 minutes, or would it have been 10 to 15 minutes?
It depended on the daily.
Sometimes too. Okay, that's fine. I'm just, you know what I'm going for, okay?
Oh, definitely.
Is there any clues as it relates to anything, email correspondence that you may have?
No.
Your passwords? Any meaning behind the passwords that would be clues to any of this?
Yes.
Does that include the MySpace sign-in passwords as well as the computer passwords?
Whiskey.
The computer passwords, no. MySpace and Facebook, yes.
All right, so there is meaning behind those.
Yes.
I'll let you elaborate if you want to. If not, I can move on. It's okay.
Move on to something else. We'll cover that by other means.
Okay. How about your tattoo?
That's Kaylee related.
I know it is, but I'll leave it up to you if there's anything.
She just
any
playing
clue
stupid
in that.
games.
No, there's not.
Nasty.
Okay, that's what I was going for.
Yeah.
Okay. I know we got 5 minutes. Tell me whatever you think that I need to know, or whatever you want me to get out there.
If you can speak to the media directly yourself, coming from me, my concern is Kaylee. That's all I want. No one has once said anything for me, voiced that I love my daughter, that I want her safety, and that she and the rest of our family is my only concern.
I'm writing this down. It's literally going to be a quote.
All I want is to see her again. To hear her laugh, to see her smile, and to just be with our family. Nothing else matters to me at this point.
Understand that we all feel that way. Every one of us, okay?
But again, they've been hearing that from you, from her uncle, from her grandparents, not from her mother.
Oh, look at her. Look at her. Look at her pull out a tear for the last minute of it.
Yeah, right? She's such a sack of crap.
You got 1 minute, Case.
I know.
Anything specific that I should be looking into? Any tip? Anything that you can give me?
You have everything that I feel comfortable giving at the moment. Besides finding another means to get it to you, yes.
Did Julia Lewis work with you? Was that the Juliet that Heather knows that worked at Kodak and Color Vision?
Yep, she knows
She
this
could
is
know her. I
recorded.
don't know if Heather knows her or not.
And she's like, oh no,
That's a
I only have a
possibility.
minute.
Yeah, that you were
Bye.
friends with, so I was curious if that would have been.
Look into that. It could be.
Yay. All done. They just cut off, so I think let's save Georgia's jail call for next week and wrap her up
Yeah.
today. Because I'm a little Anthony'd out for a minute, so I think I'll find maybe we'll do Amy next week. Amy Huizenga rather than another
Yeah.
Anthony right now. I think she'd be a good
Yeah.
one. So
For
something
sure.
different. I was gonna do Cindy, but I think I want somebody that's not an Anthony family member, unless it was Lee, because like he actually gives a crap. Like he's
Yeah,
not
'cause
all.
Cindy's.
But Casey. Okay, well she lies on the stand for her. So
Yeah.
it's disgusting.
And I can't wait to see it again because I haven't seen it in a hot minute. But yeah, I know she was lying. It's crazy.
It's okay. You can
Was.
fix her, Valhalla.
Mm-hmm. You and Sean fight over.
Yeah, you had to fight Sean for her. You guys are amazing. I super appreciate everybody being here and hanging out with us and helping me get to 500 subs. And I'm hoping I'll hit 3,000 watch hours this week because that will be sweet. I might even do something tomorrow. I think we might dual stream that trial actually. We were talking about dueling it. So I should be able to
Might
hit
as
it
well
this week.
just get the hours. Yeah.
Right. So, because he has control over all my stuff anyway. So. I need last night I needed 218, so I'm super close. I've been
Or
hitting
everybody could
goal.
just watch some of your old videos over and over again.
I have some playlists on my channel too. So if you want to help me out and hit a playlist and let it run, that'd be fantastic. I'd super appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are awesome. I love this community. So
they are the best.
Jamie, you don't have anything to grift.
No.
So I will grift MG again because that was pretty awesome him to have me on last night and help me out too. And Baker's been awesome and expert in all of them. So they're awesome. Go like their pages if you aren't already.